My balls are tingling. Yeah, my balls are tingling.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing this wonderful, wonderful evening? And oh man, we got some stuff for you tonight. Just a little bit of fun hanging out. We'll watch a little bit of the RNC. If you guys are into it. If you're not, well, it's fine. Hang around because there will be a lot more other stuff that we talk about. But first, before we bring up too much of anything, believe it or not, believe it or not, this happened. Joe Biden has tested positive for the coof. Oh, so he's gonna be going to his home in Delaware to rest up like he's been doing for the past, I don't know, 3.5 years. He feels good. He's fully vaccinated and boosted and all that other stuff. So yeah, he had upper respiratory systems, including a runny nose and a non-productive cough with general malaise. Note from his doctor provided by White House Press Secretary Jean Karine Pereira, whatever, John Luke something. He felt okay for the first day of the event, but given he was not feeling better, point of care testing for COVID, and we've got to get him out of the spotlight. So hopefully he can rest up in the basement for the next, I don't know, few months while he gets over this, so that way he can you know come back and you know the thing, man, the thing. Back to his basement. It's not going to work this time. Yeah, sure it did. He hasn't been out of the basement since he got elected, so I don't expect much more, but there you go. Yeah, so he's COVID is on the rise again. So you got to make sure you get your all your boosters and your shots and all that stuff. Man, like come on, man. You know what I mean. Anyhow, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. But we do have something really interesting here for you guys. And heard this guy talk in a long time. This is a Georgia politician coming up here. He's not looking too spry anymore. He's getting old ladies out there though. This guy's actually pretty smart. Oh yeah. There we go.
Thank you very much. That's a very warm welcome.
Wonder if I
You
can
know,
increase the
President Trump
wonder if I can increase the
understands that the world is
sound
dangerous
on this.
and that it takes an enormous effort
Is that
to
better?
defeat anti-American and anti-freedom forces around the world. He also
The
understands
effect this time? I
that
don't
when
know.
faced with multiple adversaries
Hey, a
across
couple.
the globe, the Reagan principle of peace through strength is the only road for safety for the America and the American people.
Well, it doesn't hurt to,
The contrast
have all the
between
firearms.
President Trump's realistic policy of resolute strength in a dangerous world and President Biden's policies of appeasement, weakness, and self-delusion may be the biggest difference between the Make America Great Again movement and the Make America Weak ideology of the left. We have to remember that the greatest threat to American safety is not Biden's brain. The greatest threat is Biden's policies and the people he appoints to implement them.
Good
He
old
is
dude.
working towards appeasement when the world today is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
A growing coalition of dictatorships is actively trying to undermine American power and conquer America's allies. A religious dictatorship in Iran, which chants death to America, is on the verge of having nuclear weapons. Russia's dictator has unleashed the deadliest European war since World War II. Communist China continues to develop its military power while actively seeking to undermine America through espionage, fentanyl, and the infiltration of our company. Faced with these clear and present dangers, President Biden has adopted failed policy after failed policy, where President Trump orchestrated an orderly end to the Afghanistan war with no American killed in nearly 2 years.
Oh boy.
Biden ordered a chaotic, panic-filled withdrawal that left 13 American troops and hundreds of Afghans dead. Where President Trump insisted on keeping Bagram Air Base, which is located within 1 hour of the Chinese nuclear facilities, President Biden gave it to the Taliban, who are now allied with Communist China.
Yeah. No, nobody's
Where
really listening to
President Trump brokered the Abraham
Amazing.
Accords and was moving the Middle East toward peace and cooperation. President Biden's weakness and confusion led to a terrible Hamas assault, killing more than 1,200 innocent people in Israel. Under Trump,
Don't
we
you worry
achieved
about
peace
it.
through strength. Under Biden, we have war,
You hear
suffering,
what he's supposed
death,
to.
and a world teetering on the edge of World War III.
We get to feel better.
Like Prime
Monty,
Minister
coffee.
Winston Churchill and President Abraham Lincoln, President Trump understands that only a firm, courageous policy of strength will work in a dangerous world.
Yeah, nobody's
The
really
message
paying
for this
attention
November
to you, Newt.
is clear. You can vote for weakness and war with Biden, or you can vote for strength and peace with President Trump.
Trump's looking, he's looking a little pale.
Let's dedicate ourselves to making America safe, strong, and proud again with President Trump. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former Director of the United States Office of Trade and Manufacturing Policy, Peter Navarro.
Yeah, people are waiting to hear from Peter. Yeah, this will get the crowd going. This will get the crowd going. First to cry loses. All right. All right. Hey, we chocolate. Yep. Still the exact same thing. It's got to make him feel good. Yeah, right.
This is a beautiful thing, and
Oh yeah.
I think you folks just want to know if you can see my MAGA tattoo I got there.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. This morning I did walk out of a federal prison in Miami. Joe Biden and his Department of Injustice put me there. Tonight, I'm here with you in this beautiful city of Milwaukee. I've got a very simple message for you. If they can come for me, If they can come for Donald Trump, be careful, they will come for you. If we don't control our government, their government will control us.
Yes. We've been saying that for decades now.
We don't control all three branches of our government, legislative, executive, and judicial. Their government will put some of us, like me and Steve Bannon, in prison and control the rest of us. Here's how it went. Here's how I got in prison. The legislative branch came for me first. Your favorite Democrat, Nancy Pelosi, created your favorite committee, the sham January 6th committee, which demanded that I violate executive privilege. What did I do? I refused.
There you go.
The J6 committee demanded that I betray Donald John Trump to save my own skin. I refused. Here's the thing about the Constitution. They demanded that I break the law because they have no respect for it. I refused. And a Democrat majority in the House then voted to hold me in contempt. All right, what happened next? The next jackboot to drop was the executive branch. Another one of your favorite Democrats, Democrat Attorney General Merrick Garland.
Oh.
There's a winner. Jack Smith indicted and prosecuted me for criminal contempt of Congress. Now, here's what's weird about it. It's something that Democrat prosecutors refused to do against one of their own, including two guys with blood on their hands, Eric Holder and Alejandro Mayorkas, the great border czar, right? They've actually gotten people killed. For decades, the Department of Injustice right now, the Department of Justice policy stated, hear me out on this, if Congress slaps a subpoena on a senior White House advisor like me, the advisor's duty is to politely tell them to go pound sand.
Oh, I was going to say something a little worse. But okay.
That's exactly what I did.
Damn.
So far we got two branches, legislative and executive. The judicial branch delivered the final blow. Just as, here's another favorite of yours. Just as Democrat Judge Juan Marchand, you know this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Did to Donald John Trump in his Manhattan kangaroo court, another Democrat judge, a guy named Ahmed Maida, keep your eye on this guy, Ahmed Maida, Obama appointee. They stripped me of every possible defense. And then what? Just like in Manhattan with Donald Trump, they threw me to the wolves of an anti-Trump jury. And where? The D.C. swamp. They convicted me. They jailed me. Guess what? They did not break me.
There you go. That's right. We like to hear. Loud but not broken.
And they will never break Donald Trump. They will never break Donald Trump. All right, now here's the most important thing I'm going to tell you. You may be thinking this couldn't happen to you. Make no mistake, they're already coming for you.
Oh,
Joe and Kamala.
You take as long as you need.
They threw out the woke blue carpet across the Rio Grande.
We got them through all the
opened our borders to what? Murderers and rapists. When Donald Trump said it, thank you for saying that. When Donald Trump said murderers, rapists in 2016, they go, oh, racist, whatever. We read the papers. It's murderers and rapists. Murderers and rapists, drug cartels, human traffickers, terrorists. Chinese spies, and a whole army of illiterate illegal aliens stealing the jobs of black, brown, and blue-collar Americans. They put them right on your front doorstep. Now, here's another thing Joe Biden did. You got to love this. The green new scam. We're in the heart here in Milwaukee, around all this. This is where the auto industry, that new scam is destroying our industry, leaving us at the mercy of the battery factories in Shanghai and slave labor in the Congo. Biden inflation. You're going to hear a lot of this because it's so friggin' true. Biden inflation is coming after what's left of your savings and eating your wages. And the Democrats, here's the thing. I'm sitting in prison thinking about this. It just eats at me as the Democrats come for your kids. They're indoctrinating with poisonous attitudes on race and gender.
10 years.
Here's the thing, when politics fails, the investigations and prosecutions begin. They did it to me. They're going to do it to Trump. But hear me out. They've also done it to Catholics, pro-life activists, and parents who are just standing up for the kids at school board meetings. This is a tale of two Americas, and you know it wasn't this way when Donald Trump was president. I remember the days I was there. In Trump's America, you were safe and our borders were secure. In Trump's America, you were more prosperous, and you didn't have to choose between what? Food on the table, medicine in the cabinet, and a roof over your head. And in Trump's America, you didn't have to worry about being locked up for disagreeing with the government.
It's true. Damn true.
I went to prison so you won't have to. I am your wake-up call. All right, this is where I'm going to have fun now, because I'm going to leave you now with the last three words. The last three words my beautiful fiance said when I left that morning for prison. They weren't, "I love you." That was a given.
She said, "Don't drop the
simply
soap."
said, "We got this. We got this."
Right.
That's what bring my girl out now. That's what these lawfare jackals don't understand. When they put people like me in prison and fire figurative and now literal bullets at Donald Trump, they also assault our families. On Election Day, America will hold these lawfare jackals accountable. Now, here's the sweetest thing that's going to come off my lips. Vote Trump Vance. 24 for Trump 47. I'm Peter Navarro. I went to prison so you won't have to. This is my beautiful girl. She did the time with me. That's what these friggin' Democrats don't understand. They do this to our families. She's my girl. Yeah. I love you. Let's win. Do not let up. Do not let up. Pedal to the metal till November.
Hey,
Ladies and
Jay
gentlemen,
Hoffman,
please
goodness,
welcome
thank you.
Congresswoman
How did
Monica
you
de
make
la
it?
Cruz of Texas.
Let's see what else we got coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former Acting Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Tom Homan.
Whoa. I'm going to have to say.
Shout! Yeah, right. Look, for those who don't know me, my name is Tom Homan. I began my career as a Border Patrol agent in 1984. After 34 years, I became the first Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, that actually came up through the ranks. I've worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. Every president I've worked for said they're going to secure the border. President Trump actually did it.
Okay.
He created the most secure border in our history, and that's a stone cold fact. The data proves it. And guess what? He's going to do it again.
All right. So we got enough for that for right now. I got something else I wanted to talk about, and we'll be paying attention to it. So, we do have more news than just listening to the RNC. It's good to see you, Kitty Kate. I'm glad you could make it in here. We'll be coming back to a lot of this stuff. Right now, I've got a couple of things that I'm working on bringing up for you guys. So hopefully you enjoy what we got. You get to enjoy a good portion of this. And may have to pause that. I think it's running my computer really hard. That for a little bit and see if that doesn't take care of it. Something's acting funky here on my side. I think my wife is probably downloading dirty pictures or something. She does tend to do that late at night, whenever I'm sitting down here. Aw. You're welcome. So I don't know if you guys heard about this here, but I want to share it with you guys just in case you hadn't. So Jack Black, he ended his Tenacious Tenacious D tour after bandmates Trump shooting comment. So Kyle Gass made a comment about the pew pewing while on stage in a concert in Sydney on Sunday. Gass was presented with a birthday cake and asked to make a wish by Black. Gass responded about something about not missing the next time. That drew a lot of ire against everybody. And of course, Black said he was blindsided by what was said on the show on Sunday. He would never condone hate speech or encourage political violence in any form. Well, your bandmates' words are not your words, but it is your words of your band. And that got a lot of people very upset because this is the problem with musicians that have that kind of platform about spreading problems like this. Being paid shills does not pay well. So Gass says he does not condone violence in any kind, in any form against anyone. What happened was a tragedy, and he apologizes for his severe lack of judgment. They completed dates in the US and Europe. Their Spicy Meatball tour was slated to continue Tuesday in Newcastle, hitting most major cities. In Australia, Frontier Touring regret to advise that Tenacious D concert tonight in Newcastle has been postponed. Ticket holders are asked to hold on to their tickets until further information is available. No one asked for further comment, but they announced that they're probably not going to be allowed to stay in Australia. I don't think Australia takes too kindly to kind of rhetoric, and that right there will get you removed pretty quick. So, of course, there's a lot of people that are wanting to call Biden to step down, and 65% overall want him to withdraw. This may just be a chance for him to withdraw peacefully, not because of anything other than he got the coof and has to withdraw. We'll see. But this right here is something else. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Here is what I was going to talk about here. This right here, former CIA official charged with being secret agent for South Korean intelligence. Former CIA employee and senior official at the National Security Council has been charged with serving as a secret agent for South Korea's intelligence service, said the U.S. Justice Department. Sue Me Terry, I hate to look at this. It looks like it's a woman, and with a name like Sue Me Terry, oh yeah, she's she was born in Seoul and big shifts in foreign policy. Yeah, Sue Me Terry is this woman right here. Of course, you know the AP wouldn't show her picture. Isn't that great? Because they don't want to spread Asian hate or some crap like that. Instead, you need to see who is the person that is responsible for being agent, a secret agent, a spy. New York jury's indicted a former U.S. Central Intelligence Agency analyst on charges of acting as a spy for South Korea government in exchange for luxury goods, bags, and fancy meals. Sumi Terry, who previously worked as senior official for the White House National Security Council, faces 2 counts of failing to register as a foreign agent and conspiracy to violate the Foreign Agents Registration Act, something that Seoul never did. Sewell or whatever his name. You know who I'm talking about, that guy. Federal officials said Ms. Terry, a prominent U.S. expert on North Korea, acted as an agent for South Korean government for over a decade, but did not register as a foreign agent with American officials, according to court documents made public on Tuesday. Council on Foreign Relations, a think tank where Ms. Terry works as a senior fellow on Asia, has placed her on unpaid leave, a spokesperson told U.S. outlets. The organization has also removed her biography from its website. Ms. Terry, 54, denies the charges, and her attorney Lee Woloski told the BBC the allegations made against her were unfounded. The charges distort the work of a scholar and news analyst known for her independence and years of service in the United States. In fact, she was a harsh critic of the South Korean government during times. Born in South Korea, Ms. Terry moved to the U.S. at age of 12. In 2001, she earned her doctorate. Ms. Terry, 54, went on to work as senior analyst from 2001 to 2008 before holding a variety of posts, blah, blah, blah. 31-page indictment. Officials say Ms. Terry admitted to FBI agents in a voluntary interview. In 23, she was a source for South Korea's National Intelligence Service. Oh boy, getting some Louis Vuitton handbags, meals at upscale restaurants. They say the government also gave her $37,000 and came up with a plan to hide the source of the funds, ultimately placing them as a gift fund at the think tank where she worked. So comes to just a day after Democrat Senator Rob Menendez was convicted of helping foreign governments exchange for luxury items, including gold bars and a Mercedes-Benz car. Well, yeah, Mr. Senator Bob Menendez, as we will see here, this happened a few days ago. Bernard Senator, I think I got this reset. Yeah, there we go. Bob Menendez found guilty on all counts, including acting as a foreign agent in federal corruption trial. He was a New Jersey Democrat, accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars in bribes in the form of cash, gold bars, mortgage payments, and more in exchange for the senior's political clout. 3 New Jersey businessmen were also charged, along with the governments of Egypt and Qatar, alleged receipts. 2 of those co-defendants, while Hannah and Fred Dybus, were also convicted on all counts. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you, Teresa Finn. Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah, reading Foreign Agent Prawn. Jury deliberation for about 13 hours over 3 days. Menendez says he's never been a foreign agent, but he can't explain away the gold bars and wow, calls to resign. He's not required to resign despite his conviction, although he could be expelled, which more than likely he will be. In light of the guilty verdict, Senator Menendez now must do what's right for his constituents, the Senate, and our country, and resign. Yeah, Senator Cory Booker is asking for his resignation. Yeah, this is shocking levels of corruption. Defense derided Department of Justice cases, cherry-picked nonsense. Okay. Here's to these assholes for doing the screwy stuff. Received a 60,000 Mercedes Benz in exchange for helping disrupt a case by a New Jersey attorney general. Yeah, this is no different than what Biden is doing over in Ukraine. Yeah. Uriah pleaded guilty. Second corruption case against Menendez. Yeah, they came at him because he's done crooked. We knew he was putting it on to look good. We all saw right through it. Yeah, everybody tends to see right through these kinds of shenanigans. It happens. You know, these folks think that they can get away with stuff, and whenever they're caught with their hand in the cookie jar, they say, "Oh, they're not making a good case here." Uh, what is this? What is going on? Sound is so. There we go. Okay, sure. You were listening.
That Biden's open border is our nation's greatest national security threat.
I want to know what this guy said right before then, where they had sound feed cut out. See that? Huh. So sound cut out there. Now I'm curious. See, whenever I see that kind of shenanigans happening, that's somebody on ABC's feed where things cut out. They did this the other night. They did a pretty interesting little cut that wasn't quite appropriate. It was, it was definitely something that would look really, really shady. Let me see if I can find the actual stream that I had the other night. See if that'll come up. It was, where was it? No, not that one, not that one. It's not showing up here. It looks like they're making it really difficult for people to get these things out. Let me see if I can find where he's at. Yeah, let me see right here, there. Go. Here we go.
Every time Jim leaves the ranch house, I have to worry that he won't come back alive. Our house has been broken into twice. A Border Patrol agent was shot 5 times by drug smugglers on our ranch. This year alone, 3 crossers died of dehydration on our ranch. The cartel drug smugglers are crossing our nation's border every
Or as
day.
like Gosney likes to say,
They are bringing lethal drugs into our country. This is chemical warfare.
Looks like George Jones and Willie Nelson.
It's killing Americans. Under President Donald Trump, it wasn't like this. And if we bring him back, I know he'll stop it again.
Maybe. So their feed cut here.
Biden, Harris, and the Democrats who support open borders are complicit in this death, in the death of tens of thousands of American citizens. When Joe Biden took office, the Trump wall was nearly complete on our ranch. But Biden halted the construction and stopped the installation of all the planned electronics. Since then, crossing on our ranch has increased fivefold.
Damn. So that's what they cut.
It's
ABC,
like
CNN,
Biden and Harris
CBS.
want the lawlessness. The fact is that walls work. We must elect Donald Trump to finish the wall. To stop the cartels.
And see, normally I wouldn't say anything, but this is what happened over on CNN, CBS.
Additional unvetted aliens entered our ranch claiming economic asylum.
See what happened?
That Biden's open border.
See what happened on one station? That little glitch? Yeah. This is on another station.
And we must keep America safe and strong. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, there was quite a bit in there that they cut out because they killed the feed on it. Crazy stuff. A lot of music happening right now. Let's see who the next one coming up is. Here. Yeah. So we're gonna end up having Matt Gaetz, Newt Gingrich, Donald Trump Jr., JD Vance. This is going to be an interesting one. That's for darn sure. It's going to be an interesting one. So,
which is why America needs strength now.
So this is what their ad is for that.
Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Ladies.
So well, let's bring up this guy right here. I want to share this tab instead. So
the entire population of Michigan is twice the population of Wisconsin. Biden has welcomed into our country rapists, murderers, even terrorists.
Greg Abbott.
And the price that we have paid has been deadly.
So this is going to be Governor Greg Abbott.
Come on, let's go.
Good to see you.
As governor of the largest border state, the great state of Texas, I can tell you, America needs a president who will secure our border. America needs Donald J. Trump. The president's most sacred duty is to secure our country. Donald Trump fulfilled that duty by eliminating illegal immigration. Under President Trump, we had the lowest illegal border crossings in about 4 decades. By contrast, however, Joe Biden deserted his duty. on his first day in office, he gutted President Trump's policies. And the result has been catastrophic. Under Joe Biden, illegal immigration has skyrocketed. Under his watch, around 11 million immigrants have crossed our border illegally. That's more than the entire population of Michigan. It's twice the population of Wisconsin. Biden has welcomed into our country rapists, murderers, even terrorists. And the price that we have paid has been deadly. Among the many victims was 12-year-old Jocelyn from Houston, Texas, raped and murdered by 2 illegal immigrants. She's one of thousands whose lives have been destroyed by Joe Biden's open border policies. To make matters even worse, Biden is even fighting tooth and nail to stop Texas and other Republican states from securing our own borders. I deployed thousands of National Guard soldiers to build hundreds of miles of razor wire barriers. Give it up for our National Guard. They built those barriers to stop illegal crossings. Illegal immigrant crossing the border at that location a day. When Joe Biden and Kamala Harris refused to even come to Texas and to see the border crisis that they created, I took the border to them. I began busing illegal immigrants to Washington, D.C.
You did.
And we have continued busing migrants to sanctuary cities across the entire country. And those buses will continue to roll until we finally secure our border.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Fortunately, I see hope on the horizon, because on November the 5th, Joe Biden will be fired. And Donald Trump will once again become the president of the United States of America. He will enforce the immigration laws. He will fight the Mexican drug cartels. And he will arrest the criminal illegal immigrants and put them behind bars. Or send them back. It is time. It is time to restore order at the border. It is time to rid our streets of crime and chaos. It is time to secure our nation by returning Donald Trump as president of the United States of America. Thank you all. God bless.
Luckily, we got it muted so we don't have to worry about getting in trouble. Good thing. That's I was thinking I was going to have to do that. Let's see what we got.
Good evening, Milwaukee. This past Saturday, I was at the Trump rally in Butler. I, in fact, was the first speaker on stage that day. As you can imagine, it was a terrifying experience, but nothing was going to stop me from being here to support President Trump.
Damn. Hey, Teresa.
Thank God President Trump is alive.
Mhm.
I'm Sarah Phillips, and I'm honored to speak to you about one of the most important issues in this campaign, energy. President Trump is high energy and supports energy. Biden is low energy and is against energy. The difference is significant for you and significant for our country. President Trump understands that abundant, affordable energy is vital to our economy and to our national security. Under President Trump's leadership, America's
we're pretty much caught up.
drill, baby, drill, drill, baby, drill.
Well, you might be getting more drilling than she planned on. Just bad. Just waiting for somebody else to come out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the mayor of East Palestine, Ohio, Trent Conaway.
Dang, this is gonna be fiery. Wow.
Good evening. February 3rd, 2023 began like any other Midwestern day, but in a heartbeat, everything changed. I'm Trent Conaway, the proud mayor of East Palestine, Ohio. When the train derailed, spewing flames and toxic chemicals to our town, faced a disaster unlike we'd ever seen. And in the chaos, we witnessed a clear contrast between leadership and incompetence. Our first responders didn't hesitate. They raced to the scene, they battled the flames, and evacuated our citizens. And for that, I want to thank every one of them tonight. Unfortunately, the Biden administration's federal response was much different. It consisted almost entirely of meetings and press events. They talked and talked, but they delivered little help. Then there was the clear difference between former President Trump and President Biden. For the longest time, the White House was silent, and we never heard a word from Vice President Harris. I guess we weren't their type of folks. No Hollywood elites or Wall Street billionaires live in East Palestine, just hardworking Americans. But Donald Trump cared. First, he called to ask permission to visit, not wanting to intrude, and then he asked how he could help. When he arrived with fresh pallets of drinking water, he met with everyone, from first responders to local officials and residents. He toured the derailment site. He listened to us, and he shared a meal with volunteers at a local McDonald's. His presence was genuine. His concern was real. After a year of criticisms,
I've got a good one for you, folks. This one will get you going. Just listen to
Here's
this.
the question that I have on that. These two men are both elderly. Donald Trump is an elderly man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter situation. Weird situation. We'll figure that out one day. But his...
Whoa. They're calling it a conspiracy. Ooh, nice job. So let's see what they have to say about this.
Survival of that and bouncing right back and going right to his convention is being conveyed in the media world as a sign of strength.
Yeah, absolutely.
This current president of the United States is 81 years old and has COVID. Should he be fine in a couple of days? Doesn't that convey exactly the same thing?
No. And the stupid look on Saki's face, Pastiki, whatever. That this is nothing compared. Nothing compared whatsoever.
That he's strong enough, older than Trump, to have gotten something that used to really be fatal to.
As it says, White House, Biden's symptoms remain mild.
People his age. So if he does fine out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies, isn't that exactly the same?
No, not even close. Not even close.
I mean, it's not exactly the same. It's not the same incident, but it's an elderly man.
No. These things are not like the one is not like the other, you silly goofball.
Coming through out of an illness.
It should.
Oh my Lord. No. Not even close. Not even close. Yes. Yes. Did they just compare it to being shot at and having COVID? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's exactly what they're doing. They're comparing them to be the same thing. That if a diagnosis is to explain his dementia, no, that was Joy Reid. You're going, what the? Really? Yes, really.
Criticism, President Biden finally did show up. His appearance was brief, forced, and scripted. He met with a select few and then left. We needed so much, and he delivered so little. I know a thing or two about train wrecks now, and let me tell you, that's what the Biden administration has been. Before President Biden derails our entire nation, we need to act. We need a leader who values small town communities as much as big cities. We need a president who loves all Americans. We need Donald J. Trump. Thank you.
Oh my God. I love this.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Somebody just posted, Joe Biden is out of the presidential race. Moments ago, he was diagnosed with the coronavirus. Per protocol, he must now quarantine for 30 days, which means that he cannot physically be present at the DNC and therefore cannot be nominated as you must be there in person for that. His grandson, Hunter, is next in line of succession with being the nominee. It's a joke. It's not true. This is not true. I'm laughing. I'm making fun. I just read this and it is satire. Yes, it is satire. I just read that. I'm like laughing because it's satire. Oh Lord. This guy. Oh yeah, he's gonna be coming up here. Oh yeah. Yeah. We'll bring him up next because he's interesting, sort of.
Cities. We need a president who loves all Americans.
That's funny, isn't it?
We need Donald J. Trump. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the governor of North Dakota, Doug Burgum.
I don't know too much about this guy. It was somebody else.
Hello, Milwaukee. And hello, North Dakota. Feels good to be here. The last time I was in Milwaukee in this building standing behind a podium was for the debate, and I stood on one leg for 2 hours. You guys might remember I blew my Achilles the day before. But to kick things off, I have a question for you, and I need your help answering so nice and so loud that everyone at home can hear you. Are you ready? Who will make America energy dominant? Again, who will make America energy dominant? Well, that's pretty good, but it's after 4 p.m. in D.C., so how about one more time loud enough to wake up Joe Biden? Who will make America energy dominant? That's right, because when President Trump unleashes American energy, we unleash American prosperity, and we ensure our national security. Serving as a governor with President Trump was like having a beautiful breeze at our back. He cut taxes and he cut red tape.
Okay.
Unleashing American energy towns with a huge impact will make America strong again. And when President Donald J. Trump and J.D. Vance together, they will make America great again.
Please, make it stop. He's not learned how to speak to a crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former counselor to President Donald J. Trump, Kellyanne Conway.
Kellyanne Conway. Wow. They don't like her. I mean, the left hates her. Or they trash
Good evening,
her. Crazy.
Patriots. 8 years ago, Donald Trump shocked the system and defied the doubters to become the 45th president of the United States. He didn't want fortune or fame, power and position. He already had all of that. Donald Trump and his family made enormous sacrifices to run and to serve as president. He didn't need to do it. He wanted to do it. My relationship with Mr. Trump was forged under fire in a foxhole in 2016 after he asked me to be his campaign manager.
Yeah.
We had no idea that he was making history as the first successful presidential nominee ever to tap a woman to lead a campaign.
True.
But that was a natural for Donald J. Trump. He had elevated women in New York real estate decades before when few people would. One morning, I was in an early senior staff meeting in the White House, and as I glanced around the table, something caught my eye. In that meeting were Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Mercedes Schlapp, Brooke Rollins, Ivanka Trump, and me. I soon realized that among us, we have 19 children. At the time, ages 2 through 16.
Hey.
Show me a C-suite in America where 5 working moms of 19 young children could have the highest rank in the company and work alongside the president.
Right. Can't do it here.
In the Trump White House, we lived it. Sure, he saw something in me and the other working moms that perhaps we did not see in ourselves. But more importantly, he sees what's best and what's possible for millions of decent, hardworking Americans.
That is great.
Now,
That is
8 years
very
later, he and his family have made the sacrifice again for him to run and serve as president. Donald Trump could be the envy of former presidents. He's a billionaire who could play golf every day at his own golf courses. He can enjoy a magnificent life with his incredible 5 children, his 10 amazing grandchildren, and that extraordinary, elegant, beautiful, brilliant wife. The former and future First Lady, Melania Trump.
Wow.
He does not need to do this, but we need him to do this. How often do we hear, I want Trump's policies without Trump's personality? Well, good luck with that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get those policies without that personality.
Right.
Taking out al-Baghdadi and Soleimani, ending the ISIS caliphate, recalibrating trade deals, restoring sanity, growth, and fairness in our economy, making our southern border more secure and sovereign, supporting school choice, protecting life, respecting workers, backing our blue, our military, and our border patrol. You get that through strength and toughness. Weakness emboldens our adversaries, enables failure, and empowers evil. The answer to weakness is strength. The antidote to division is unity. And the alternative to failure and incompetence, to Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, is to send them packing and send Donald Trump and J.D. Vance to the White House. If you know someone who is skeptical about the Republican Party or who is cynical about politics, don't dismiss them. Talk to them. We win through addition, not division. In Donald Trump's Republican Party, everyone is welcome.
Always has been.
We have been called deplorable, irredeemable, mega MAGA extremists, and worse.
Trump Jr.
But Donald Trump sees you for who you are.
It'll be fire.
You love your God, you love your family, and you love your country. In 2024, there should be no more hidden, undercover Trump voters. It's time to put that flag on your front porch, that red hat on your head, because we don't cave and we don't cower and we do not capitulate. Instead, we get up, we show up, we stand up, and we speak up.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your movement. This is your moment. And this is the man I know and the president we need for 4 more years. He picks the toughest fights and wins. He has stood by me, and he will always stand up for you. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Now, before we bring up the next speaker, which looks like it's probably going to be Junior, I had to bring this up from George Carlin because this is so satisfying. I had to bring that in because that's just so freaking hilarious. So hilarious. But I've also got another one for you. This is the guy that's going to be debating Kamala Harris. Pay attention to this.
As an exception.
Look, I've always believed in reasonable exceptions. This is a misrepresentation of my view, but let's hear it from me, not from Congressman Ryan. I absolutely think the 10-year-old girl, the case that we've, of course, heard a lot about, an incredibly tragic situation. I mean, look, I've got a 9-year-old baby girl at home. I cannot imagine what that's like for the girl, for her family. God forbid something like that would happen. I have said repeatedly on the record that I think that girl should be able to get an abortion if she and her family so choose to do so. But let's talk about that case, because why was a 10-year-old girl raped in our community, raped in our state in the first place? The thing the media and Congressman Ryan, they talk about this all the time. The thing they never mentioned is that poor girl was raped by an illegal alien, somebody that should have never been in this state in the first place. You voted so many times against border wall funding, so many times for amnesty, Tim. If you had done your job, she would have never been raped in the first place. Do your job on border security. Don't lecture me about opinions I don't actually have.
As an exception.
Ouch.
Look, I've always believed.
Ouch. 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 Way to go. Now that is the guy right there that's going to be going up against Camel Toe. Yeah, I should be on for a bit. I should be on for a bit. See, I'll probably be going until this starts winding down. So you have a good dinner, girl. You have a good dinner. You know how to find me. I don't agree with all the things that Carlin said or believed, but Carlin has always been timely, even beyond the grave. I know. You don't have to agree with everything that Carlin said, and he would probably say, geez, that would really be a horrible world to live in if we all agreed on every single thing. Then we would never grow. Stepping outside the box and having a thought that's different than everybody else's is what makes us unique as human beings. It was what makes us special as human beings. It is what God intended for us to be, was to be unique individuals, not to be the same. And I think Carla would probably agree with you. And you'd be surprised to find that as much as, you don't agree with Carlin, it's a shtick. It's an act. He's funny. He is by far one of the greatest comedians of his time, of his age, of his ability. I mean, I put him right up there with Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was just drop dead hilarious. I remember as a kid growing up listening to Richard Pryor on a 78. His whole concert, I would listen to that thing over and over and over and over again. Ah, how boring life would be if all your friends had the exact same viewpoints as you. Exactly, brother. I'll be having Rosalind on here after a little bit if you want to swing by. We're doing the same thing we sort of did last night. It looks like we got Trump Jr. is going to be coming up here shortly and speaking. But if you want to invite Valhalla, I'll send you one. Because you seem to be chilling like a villain. I don't know what all's going on tonight. I'm just having a nice peaceful night, a few drinks, just being me. I've got a couple other, and I'm pulling up various other little articles as I go along with this, and just listening to this in the background, cooking at the moment. Hey, that's cool. No worries, brother. If I'm still going whenever you guys get back later, bring her on by. That's cool. We're just chilling tonight. I don't know about the music. That might get me in trouble. Let's see. Who's this little cutie we got going on? You can always listen to me in the background. Not that I say anything intelligent ever.
A respect that is earned through unparalleled military strength and firm, decisive leadership. Over the past 4 years, the Biden administration has failed to uphold this standard. They have misused our resources in foreign wars contrary to our national interests, and they have eroded the lethality and fighting.
Well, Teresa Finn, you get some words written tonight. Make your deadline. Get it good, get it hard, get it fast. And Sunday, we will be reading some more of Teresa Finn's book. Yeah, she's an actual intelligent person, unlike me. She has some skills and she can write, unlike ChatGPT. And so Teresa will be, I saw that. We will be doing some more of her book on Sunday. And yes, I did see the national anthem girl from the other night. What was her name? But yeah, she said she was pretty lit. And I pull up some information about her, and her first song is like Whiskey Drunk or something like that. God. Yeah, the first song that she has on her album is like Whiskey Girl or Whiskey Drunk or Drunk Whiskey Drinker or something. Yeah. She thinks it's going to be fun to go to rehab. That's scary. That's scary.
Culture of our armed forces. The leadership that we need, that respects our military and understands the true cost of war, is only found in Donald Trump.
Looks like she's got lip injections or something.
He will make America strong again. He will fight for the American warfighter, the American people, and America's interests. Hawks and globalist elites do not sway President Trump. He knows the cost of military action like I do. My husband was shot in combat by terrorists and continued to deploy in the fight against America's enemies.
Help she needs too.
I know the fear and anguish of waiting for news about a loved one in harm's way and the pain of losing friends in combat. President Trump knows what it means to put your life on the line. Our service members and their families make immense sacrifices, and they deserve a president who respects that sacrifice and who would lay down his own life in defense of this great nation. President Trump has demonstrated he's ready to do just that. It is time that we all rise to his stature. The world needs a strong America, and America needs strong leadership. President Trump will provide it. Regardless of race, gender, color, or creed, I urge you to vote for Donald Trump and J.D. Vance on November 5th.
Well, no, she was drunk that night. She's normally not that bad of a singer, but she was pretty ripped. And if you don't know what it's like to sing, whenever you've been drinking, your ears don't work like they normally do, because the muscles in there tend to relax, and you'll sing off key. You won't sing things normal or correctly. It gets screwy. Like even playing music, I have a hard time understanding some of the note changes. I've played an entire song out of key before. You don't like her voice or the way she's talking? Yeah, I'm with you on that, Dave. Don't like her voice.
It's time to unite America. Thank you, Milwaukee. God bless the United States. Let's get them in.
It was Christmas Day. We boarded air.
All right, don't want to get myself in trouble here. So who's this guy coming out? Looked like Cruz. No, don't know who this is.
And I asked parents, I look them right in the eye, like I'm looking at you. And I asked them, will you give America your sons and daughters to serve in the greatest force for good this world has ever seen, the United States military? I tell them what I learned.
Holy cow. Yeah, we'll check that out, pleb. I will check that out. Let me see. That sounds very, very interesting. Let's bring this thing up. Let me pull this thing up. Thanks. Let's see what we got. It is happening right now. Today, 8:46. Oh yeah. See, we'll put this up on YouTube, and we'll share this thing instead. There we go. Got a live chase going on, folks. Live chase.
Losing him under the bridge. There he is.
There we go.
That's not it.
Right there in Los Angeles. Live chase.
There he is. Okay.
Looks like he's in a Tesla.
You got eyes on it, Jim?
Is that a Honda? No, I think that's a Honda.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. He's just got off the freeway. Almost hit that
No.
van. He's trying to get off the freeway here. Now he's eastbound. I got him at 1 o'clock.
If that's a Tesla, we're going to have a hard time catching him.
He is on Adams here, eastbound, away from the 110 freeway. He's going into that turn pocket, through the turn pocket, back into regular lanes. But yeah, this vehicle desperate, the driver desperate to get away here with that passenger.
You ain't going to get away from them
the
cops.
Hawthorne police pursuit. So very dangerous
Let 'em
situation,
go.
especially at rush hour here.
EVJs.
A lot of cars out here, a lot of pedestrians to
Hunter
contend with. He's going to go
behind the
wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
And then a northbound
not
turn
smart.
there.
He's probably pretty
Through that
young.
intersection, you see all the vehicles there that are following.
Or he'd be
in the
getting up
chase,
on
but
it.
again, northbounds here on Broadway, and we'll see what.
And you
we
take
have
that
we have the
turn,
10
you
freeway
grab
coming
that
up here in a
handbrake
short
and put that
distance.
thing into a
That's
slide,
packed right now.
slide
So we'll see
slide.
if the driver decides to
Front
try
wheel
to get on
drive.
that or
Keep those front wheels
continue
just.
into downtown LA. Here comes a pit
They're
maneuver.
gonna pit him. Nope.
Yeah.
Oh, another turn. Won't mess up the cop. Just put on your brakes. Put it in reverse. He's getting up on it. He's doing 80 right now. little residential area.
That's what we're hearing, Mike, on the scanners. Definitely jumped into this vehicle as the
he
search
just
was
lost
on
parts.
for him or her. We're not sure if it's a male or female in the vehicle, but
I don't
definitely
know.
jumped in
Could
the
be a
vehicle,
female.
took
Maybe
off,
that's
and the
why they're
airship was
driving
saying
so
that it took
horribly.
off at a high rate of speed from that area up on Slauson, went on surface streets northbound, and here he is making a left turn westbound. He's now past the 10 freeway in the downtown area now. And here he comes back at us here. So they're going to try it. They're trying
Good clip.
desperately to get a pit maneuver. But you're right, Cher. The speeds are a little too fast for that at this point. But he's going back towards the 10 freeway now. Oh.
Oh yeah. Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Yeah, he's crawling up there. Now, if this is a Tesla, they could just shut it down. They just call Tesla with a tag and they'll
Right
that
turn.
thing off. This in San Francisco, in the hands of San Francisco. And I miss living in LA or LA County Raceway. Yeah. How long until it runs out of battery power? He's
Officers
got
are doing what
probably
they
a couple
can
hundred
to
miles.
stay up with the speed of this vehicle. They're doing a great job staying right behind it. The airship overhead from the LA County Sheriff's keeping an eye on it, calling the pursuit for those officers there. But coming up on Adams Boulevard now, we're gonna have some heavy traffic there. He's gonna go wrong side of the road,
soon.
and there's a bus, city bus coming right at him.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
do
gonna
it.
squeeze through.
Do it. Oh.
Man, oh man, can you imagine? Here he goes. He's going eastbound now here on Adams.
Tesla's a gay, and that's the hill I will die on. I'd much rather have a Honda anyway. I've worked on too many Fords and Chevys and Dodges to that they just have so many issues. Come on, pit maneuver. I want to see this guy like. Stop him! I turned glad. I was like my wife. I want a Cybertruck real bad. Not just because it would be different, it'd be really cool. But I mean, if it's going to take me hours to charge the thing up, just get a full charge to get halfway there where I need to go, I don't know. Oh no. Your RAM is the shit. Okay. What year is it? That's what I want to know. What year is your RAM? I've worked on plenty of four-wheel drive
not. You
Rams.
see the 3 units that are in pursuit there. Southbound on Broadway. He's got cross traffic, heavy traffic. He's going to squeeze through. Oh, look at that. Man, he almost hit that white car. Fortunately, that white car left just enough space there for that car to get by. It doesn't look like he hit it, but wow, what moves out here. Such heavy
just
traffic,
rammed him into the
such a
side.
dangerous situation. Wrong side of the road here off of that diagonal, and boy, this is so dangerous.
I know. We don't condone this anywhere. Come on, get it. Get down on it. Cybertrucks look like dumpsters. 2016? Oh, okay. Yeah, you got one of the off years. Every 4 years they come out with a new model. So you probably got the end of 1 year into the next, they just put a new chassis on it. They already had the bugs worked out. Yeah, just don't let that thing, if it starts to ever overheat, just pull over. Just pull over. Replace too many engines on those because of that plastic inlet valve. Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa, got to charge my Tesla. Hours later, still charging my Tesla.
Northbound.
How much did that cost? Oh, almost hit that guy. That's right. Get across the street. That's my old neighborhood. It's not my old neighborhood. Although it could be. No, that could be my old neighborhood. No, that's 42nd. Not far from it,
We
though.
are actually southwest of downtown right now on, this is 43rd off of Menlo, going westbound still.
Okay.
The traffic here is just a nightmare with all the people out on foot
Yeah,
and
this is,
people in cars. Here we are. He's
yeah,
going to
that's
turn
usually
into
what traffic is.
this an alleyway? No, this is going to be a parking lot maybe? Shopping
Nope.
area. He's going to go through there, but and then back out onto the main street here. This is going to be Vermont. He's going to go
Go
southbound
back
on
the other
Vermont.
way.
We might see the pit here. Let's see. It might be slow enough. They might have it. No,
Nope.
they're not going to take the chance. Too much traffic. Another unit blocking there, that intersection. That's good news. But now southbound here on Vermont for about 40, or say about 40 miles an hour. Let's see, our
Don't do
speedometer
it.
on this is about 60 miles
Don't
an
do
hour.
it.
Hard on the brakes here. He's going to make a right-hand turn. You know, every time that,
Until those
that
brakes
lead
start
unit,
smoking.
the deputy's vehicle gets close enough to the vehicle, the driver is able to turn off onto a road and avoid the
Road
pit. So
humps.
here he's going to be blocked by traffic.
Yep.
People there with cars that are stopped. He's going to squeeze through. Oh man, don't hit him. He's got nowhere to go for the meantime. That
Just
black
back
car.
into him. What are you doing?
Yeah, for sure. They tried to box him in, but now the officers are having a hard time squeezing through. He's southbound here
Yep,
on
now he's gone.
Kansas, and he's going to go right-hand turn there. So the airship is keeping an eye on him. If the units on the ground lose him, they know exactly where the driver is at this point. But again, we are
No,
confirmed
it's
a
not.
robbery
That
suspect
could be
inside this
there.
vehicle.
One of those
And
gens.
right now,
I think it's a type.
the vehicle is actually heading back to where the initial pursuit
Goddamn.
terminated, which was off of Florence. So we'll see if Florence and Vermont, I believe it was, where it initially terminated, and they jumped out and ran. So going back
Scraping.
towards that same area.
It could be a Dodge. Hard to tell. They made all the taillights almost identical, so you can never really tell what the difference is. He's gone? No, he ain't gone. He thinks he's gone. Yeah. Cops were right there on him. 55th Street, Bud Long. Oof. Oh, 9. Oh. Come on. Running red lights. Boom. Boom. Ah. Come on. He went down the wrong street. No, my mama's house is over here. Dude, just 60. Ah. Normandy, West 59th place. Normandy, Halldale. Man. This guy. Come on. Come on, turn left. Turn left really fast. Pull into a driveway. I want to see a foot chase.
Absolutely,
said,
a lot
"Look,
to
Mom,
think
I'm on
about for those
TV."
deputies there that
That's
are
right.
in the lead.
See, I told you to turn
they're
left.
keeping their eyes out for any pedestrians, their
Turn
cross
right.
traffic situations. The airship overhead doing a great job coordinating all that, letting those units know that that the driver's coming up on some cross traffic or pedestrians in the road. So that's a big help for those deputies on the ground as the chase continues here southbound on Harvard. And
almost got that
there's
car.
so many variables here on these surface streets
I
through
know.
the housing areas here. So, that's always a concern for
Evan.
the deputies in pursuit. And then you get into the cross traffic there on major streets. You're going to be contending with a lot of that traffic that has no idea pursuit's coming at them. So that's always a danger for those deputies.
Yeah, they're just hearing the sirens. That wee woo, 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 wee That's all they're hearing. Come on, make a right turn. Make a right turn. You got this. Come on. Come on. See, told you. Now he's gonna make a left turn. Come on, Grand Theft Auto this thing. Doesn't play like the game does it? They don't give up as easy. Look, it's Burger Palace. Oh, he's on
Actually,
Southwestern
just
Avenue.
crossed
That
through
is my old
Western on
stomping grounds there.
73rd, so heading towards, for a distance, the Inglewood area, but still westbound here on, it's actually, I think, Florence is what we're on. He's going to come back towards us now, off of
There you
Florence
go.
and Gramercy is turning on here. So actually, Florence is the
Keene
street where they
drives a
bailed out
Ram. That's
earlier
right.
in the pursuit, I believe, and he's back on
The
Florence, but further to
Grandma
the west for
Mums an
sure.
emoji on your channel. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
coming at us.
Basic model farm truck. Hell yeah. As long as you're happy with your truck, that's all that matters. See, that looks like it could be. I think that is a Kia. Looks like it could be. Didn't Rodney King drive a Kia? Remember where that got him? 5. Damn it. Oh, you must know this neighborhood. I mean, if you're going to go down, might as well just have a little bit of fun with it. You know, you're already going to jail. Mama don't mind she got her car. It's not unusual for California. No, nothing's unusual for California. We're weird like that. Okay. I don't miss California at all.
Southbound.
It's not unusual to be loved by someone. Man, you just dented that car all up. Woof, son. Your mama's gonna be mad at you. Took her key out, damaged it all up. Up on it though. Those little residentials. 4. He's got her countdown happening. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 3/4. 1 15 16s. Working his way down. Oh yeah, absolutely. I've driven in the UK, and that is completely, yeah. It is wild. It is wild. I wouldn't recommend it. Not unless you're in like on a motorcycle or something and prepared to like fight the dust. And driving up through like the Cotswolds. Oh, man.
You know, I thought
In
maybe,
Chicago.
but no.
I've been to Chicago. It's
Heading
almost all on a
west
grid
now for
pattern.
sure. He's going north sometimes, and then he'll continue westbound. So certainly westbound towards the Baldwin Hills at this point.
And trust me,
Now,
you
I
wouldn't
can
be
tell you
doing
that
like
the
this
sheriffs
in
have backed
Chicago.
off on the ground.
Your roads are
They've
too
gone into
damn
tracking mode
crammed up.
with the helicopter overhead, but the
Yeah, you
driver's
got
still
cars
driving
parked on one side
erratically,
of the
running
road.
stop signs, running through red lights, cross through Crenshaw without an issue. But those deputies definitely have dropped back
Yeah.
and coming really close on this narrow street here as he goes
I've ridden the
northbound on
Dragon
Rempaw.
in the mountains here in Georgia. That's epic. That's pretty damn epic. That North Carolina. Shit. I've ridden up to like Ellen, Georgia, in that right there is a fun ride. Get up in the mountains and just miss it. Need to get my bike out and take it for a nice ride. Yeah. Never have the time. Imagine that. Whenever I have days off, I'm usually working.
westbound
in the
58th
house.
Place is what they're saying, and it's continuing at a high rate of speed. In fact, we tracked it going about 65 miles an
Really?
hour on residential
RNC?
streets. Very dangerous for sure. He's going to go through
Yeah.
multiple
Oh.
stop signs. We've seen him do that. Wrong side of the road, just cutting through
Do it. Do it.
parking lots.
Jump it.
You know, this is a very desperate driver here trying to get away with his passenger as a robbery suspect from Hawthorne.
Robbery suspect, huh?
Continuing here west on
Not
up on
anymore.
Edgemar. And
I think he's more than just a
Thankfully,
suspect
the
now.
traffic here is a lot less than it was out towards the east. So we'll see what the driver decides to do once
Yeah,
he
get
gets
through
into
the
this part of
nice
town.
neighborhoods and all that.
But at this point, as I come out to a wide shot, we'll keep an eye on the car here. No units on the ground directly behind him, but they are in the area.
Making him feel confident again. Like, I think I lost him. Like, I think I'll just go this way. I've been doing left, right, left, right. Oh, crap. There they are. I got to run some more. Man, how'd they find me? Doggone it. Should have just rammed him really damn hard. Put an end to this. Put out them spike strips. What is wrong with you peoples? I guess they don't want to use the spike strips in a residential area. Wah. Free.
That's
You
right.
get
They
in
were
some
waiting for
places
the
in
driver
California,
there,
it gets
and
pretty
they have
windy.
re-engaged in the pursuit. So you see the lights and sirens on those vehicles. Oh, he's got cross traffic. See, that's one of the
Yeah,
concerns
pay
for deputies in a
attention,
pursuit like that,
dimwit.
or law enforcement for that matter. You go into a cross traffic situation,
Turn down
and
the
cars
music.
coming
You
through
might
don't see you.
hear,
It could be a dangerous situation for law enforcement, but the
what is
vehicle's
it,
still ahead here.
Tesla
Those
chase
deputies had to drop
till
back a
the
little bit.
battery
We
dies, steal
are
a V8.
westbound. It looks like Fairview,
I mean,
and
you
it's going to
know,
go continue to run stop signs.
you'll burn
Got
through
some
some gas in a
traffic.
good
The
V8.
units are picking up and getting closer to him. They're saying right now 25 miles an hour, but he ramps it up once he gets around those cars through that
Which means
intersection
one
as
of them
well.
they're top
Claire.
fuelers. So that way, whenever you really get up on it, like you just have to sort of putt around till you get up on it. You get that long stretch, you just open it up, do the quarter mile, hit 300 miles an hour, you're gone. Feels like your teeth got rattled out of your head. Oh, he's trying to get back on the highways. Yep, it's not a good idea. Riding that shoulder, riding along in my automobile, looking for a car to steal. Uh-oh. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're going too fast. You're going too fast. You're going too fast. You're going too fast. Slow it down. Silly fool. Nope. That was stupid. Don't be a fool.
Absolutely. They pulled back during that long stretch when he was driving through a lot of the residential streets westbound. And now he's reached, Ladera Heights now and continuing
No, I don't know.
here
I've
on
never seen this. I
Slauson.
have
So
no
we've seen the
idea.
driver on Slauson before. We're hearing
Saying
now
he's
that,
gonna catch
I'm getting
something
word
that he
on the
doesn't need to
scanner that
catch.
it was an armed robbery suspects that initially were being chased by Hawthorne police, but they're
Well, that's not Hawthorne
trying
police
to
anymore.
confirm if this person is armed still or not.
That's Los Angeles County Highway Patrol. Or California Highway Patrol. Some crap like that. Don, you're looking for trouble. Trouble's coming at you. Surprised they hadn't deployed any spike strips on him. They're holding off traffic. The cops are pulling up to some of the busier intersections and just turning on their lights, sirens, and people are stopping, wondering what they need to do. People in Los Angeles know what's going on with this. Right turn. More than likely, he's trying to make it out towards the airport where the helicopters can't follow him. He's doing pretty good keeping away from them. I guess there's just too much traffic for putting the spikes down. No, there's never too much traffic. He's just hitting really high speeds. It can be really dangerous deploying strips at super high speeds like that. Chase is making nervous. I mean, I get nervous for people out there, might be walking around. I
That's
don't
right, Sheriff
condone
Micah.
this kind
Yeah,
of behavior. This is
this
bad
driver's not
behavior.
following a normal pattern where it's possibly familiar to them. It's going on different directions.
He'll probably
Now
get me
we're over here on the west
demonetized, but
side on
hey,
Sepulveda,
it's worth it.
northbound here, and you got
Worth
the
it.
405 freeway close by. We'll see if the driver decides to jump on that, but it is jammed right
No,
now at this
man.
hour. So,
I can
yeah, very
imagine you'll get
difficult
on the
for
405.
the law
Depends on
enforcement
what
to
time
at
it
least
is.
stay up with it. We do see some units at intersections that are blocking at times. But
Yeah.
as far as a spike strip, that would be really helpful. But at this point, now they're going. I'm hearing they're going back into some surveillance mode once again because the units. It's very dangerous for them to continue to follow at these speeds. He's going to go right turn here, eastbound on Culver Boulevard. So
It's
away
his
from
modus
Sepulveda Boulevard,
operandi.
and
He
we'll see
makes
if
a right turn, then makes a
Culver
left turn,
City
makes a right turn,
officers
makes a
try to
left
get
turn,
involved.
makes a right turn, makes a left turn, makes a right turn. Thinks he's on Grand Theft Auto. I don't think spike strips have anything in them. Oh, no, son, slow it down, slow it down. Oh, dangerous, dangerous. Those speeds are not good. You got that adrenaline pumping. You think you're good. Then grandma walks out in front of you on a walker.
Right turn.
Told you. Does a left turn, does a right turn, does a left turn. Oh, almost bet it. This guy's done this before.
No, not at all. They're on Jackson Avenue here. The
Bet it.
dangerous. Well, look
Bet
at that
it.
right
He's
through
done
that
it before.
intersection. A sharp turn into the neighborhood, and the vehicle continuing. It's hard to say if the driver knows this area or not. We'll find out if he goes down the wrong road and doesn't realize
Welsh
it.
lady.
But at this point, the ground units have pulled back once again. Well,
You're driving
make a
again?
U-turn.
Have I
So
stolen
that
another
might be an
car?
indication that the driver is not quite so familiar with this area.
Well, he thinks he knows where he's going.
And the yeah, go ahead.
Love to see him bust out that oil pan. Catch one of those dips, knock out that oil pan. That thing starts just dumping oil. Next thing you know, that engine's going tick tick. I don't know why you do this, Welsh lady. Oh. You're lucky if that car doesn't chase you down, ram into you, and just go, man, why are you messing with me? Jeez. Unsafe son of a buck. Cop just needs to do a little header with him. Just block him
Got
off
about
from the
10
front
minutes,
side.
and then we have to go.
10 minutes and then they have to go. They have to refuel. So they may swap it around to another one, but they've only got so much time that they can be up in the air. Oh, look. The car's like running along with them. Oh, you're like picking off these
Difficult
drivers.
conditions for sure. Jefferson Boulevard here. They're saying they're calling it northbound on Jefferson and into some heavier traffic.
Oh,
but yeah,
don't
definitely
do this,
desperate.
man.
Trying to go against traffic on that small side street. Coming across some cars that were stopped in the road and forcing his way through.
Danger, Will Rogers.
Wrong side of the road
wrong
here
side of
on
the road
that
again.
island. We got heavy traffic up ahead. He'll come out to a wide shot so you see what he's facing. He's got drivers oncoming there. He's got a car in the turn pocket
in
there.
the turn
He's
lane.
going to go right around. and continue in that double yellow and back out again
Catch one of
wide.
those little
A signal.
medians.
He's going to blow through that heavy traffic there. He's going to decide to get off the turn.
Watch out
There's
for
the
the
units
kids,
now.
man.
The units caught back up to the vehicle, but not with
Yep.
their lights and sirens. So they're close by, but not officially in that pursuit mode. They're in this tracking mode, but close by.
Bring it back out again. I want to see it from a distance. You zooming in, making me dizzy. There's a reason you don't play driving games. Oh, I'm good at driving games. Ha 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 ha. I think that's a Kia. They still should zoom out on it. Beep beep. Which way does he go? Good thing you didn't go straight. You would have ended up in someone's garage. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Can't talk right now. She's evading the popo. You're lucky you're getting this much chatter out of her while she's driving. I love Mario Kart. Yeah, on my gaming channel, I'll do like some Grand Theft Auto stuff. Hilarious. Get in there, go really fast. Get the cops chasing after you just for fun. I should probably play that this weekend.
I can tell you guys that the unit that's directly behind is back into pursuit now. So this unit has picked up the chase, is officially back in pursuit, but we're right here coming back out onto another minor street. The airship's still overhead. Dead end street. He's got nowhere to go. They can block him in right here. This could be it. Nowhere to go. You can see the sign there.
No, he's going to drive through someone's yard.
And let's see. This is going to have to be it unless he tries to ram his way through those deputies.
They're
going to set up a spike strip behind those deputies. But it looks like in a short distance here, he's going to have a cul-de-sac, nowhere to go, a gate that's blocking every way, and they're going to jump out and run, or they're going to stay placed. Nope, they're going to back up. That's never good to back up into those deputies. They better just give it up here because they have nowhere to go.
Yep, they got guns drawn.
They have a spike strip set up behind them in case the car
Turn
gets
off your
away.
windshield wipers, man.
So now we'll see if they comply and get out of the vehicle and surrender.
Oh, isn't this where Rodney King got pulled over? You got a leg hanging out the window. It's all good. Look at those jokers. Run, run. Yeah, made the wrong turn down a one-way street. Put your hands out the window. Show me your hands. See, I'm showing you my hands. Not me. Watch him go. But I'm live streaming this, dudes. Like, come on, bro. What's wrong with you? Like, say hi to everybody on my live stream. I'm on Facebook Live, bro. Oh, see, he should have gone through that little gate right there. He could have got lost in the poppy fields. He's like, nah, come get me. Come get me, you sons of a... You can't get to me. I'll take you out. What? You want me to stick my hands out the window? You're crazy. I want to sit right here. I got cold AC. It's hot out today. Leave me alone. I've turned off my windshield wipers. What more do you want? I don't know why you guys are pulling me over. Did nothing. Don't know you. Don't make me call my lawyer. I will sob sit you all day. I was just traveling. Why are you detaining me? You can't be detaining me when I'm traveling. Sir, we have it on good authority that you broke into and committed a robbery. I was traveling. There was no break-in anywhere. We hadn't done break-in since the 80s. No, not a tit violation.
There could be more. Certainly, the driver and the robbery suspect that jumped into the vehicle.
The wipers
Possibly
act
other
as my
passengers. It's
fans.
hard
It's
to
getting
look
hot
into that
in
back
here.
window because it's heavily tinted. The
Well,
driver
take
did
off your
have the
pants,
window
girl.
partially down there for a minute or two and then
What
put
you
it
do is
back
you
up.
stick your
So
butt out
that's
the
not a
window
good
and
sign. They
shake it
want
at them.
those
I'm
keys to
mooning
the
you.
vehicle
I'm
to be
mooning you.
thrown
What you
out
gonna
on the
do?
ground so that they can be secure in moving forward with making the arrest. But at this point, they're
Listen,
refusing
this
to
is
do
my
that, but
mom's
nowhere to
Kia.
go.
I don't
Absolutely
know
nowhere
what
to
he's
go.
calling.
They would
He's
have to
calling his
ram
lawyer
those
right now.
officers
What
to
do
get
I
out of here
do?
or ram those gates. But they look like they're very fortified here. I'll come out to a
No,
wider
they're
shot
not
so you get a
fortified. They're
better
cheap ass
perspective of
gates.
what we're looking at, the area here. It's kind of hilly in there. There's nowhere to go. There's
Ooh,
an open field there up at
you
the
should
top
have
of the
rammed that
screen.
gate.
But really, they would be driving into nowhere.
Yeah, but you could have run. Look, bike strips. Yeah, that's right. Look, wait, no, look, look. I'm not jerking off anymore. I swear, I'm not jerking off anymore. It wasn't me. It was my brother. Here's the keys. What? No, here's my ID. Here's my ID. Look, I was just traveling. I was just traveling. That's all. I was just traveling. I don't know what you're saying. I can't get out of the car. Can't get out of the car. I'm just traveling. That's what he's saying. I'm just traveling. Just traveling. That's all he's saying is I'm just traveling. I'm just traveling. I got a baby in the car. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I'm just traveling. Someone took control of my vehicle. It took all that I could do to make it work.
No. Oh, there he goes.
Listen, listen, listen. Look, 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 look. I have tears in my eyes. All I was doing was just trying to feed my baby. Why did you guys have to vote for Biden? Now I can't afford milk for my baby. Subject matter jurisdiction. He's got problems. He's angry. He's having an epic episode right now. Yeah, I've got him. I got his after picture right here. There we go. What are you guys bothering me for? I was just traveling. Look, here's a water bottle. That's my baby's bottle. His food. That's his food. He ain't got no food. What do you want me to do? Not my fault. Listen, I'm telling you, man. Look, here's my baby right here. This is my baby.
Yes. Yes.
This is my baby. That looks like a baby doll.
Wow.
He's got a baby in the car with him.
That's very troubling.
Oh, baby's like flipping off the cops. I got my baby. I got my baby's mama. Listen. I've got a baby. Just let me get the diaper bag. Son, I'm going to be going away. You'll see me whenever I get out. You'll be grown up by then. Yeah, he was doing that with a baby in the car. He was doing all that with a baby in the car. Listen. Can I bring my baby out? Just can I get my stuff out of here? I know you're going to arrest me. I'm not going anywhere. I know you guys are excited. I don't have a gun.
Certainly the rear passenger opened that door. It looked like it might have been a female. Hard to tell. It looked like the driver handed the baby back to that person, is now talking to that person. The baby appears to be with that person either in the back or
This is
possibly
what
someone in the
bad
front
economy
passenger
does
seat.
to you.
We haven't seen any movement there.
Makes
The driver
you
pretty
drive
upset
crazy.
about it. but
He's looking
all
up
they're
the
going to want him to
helicopter.
do right now is to get out. He's already taken his jacket off. They're going to want to see his waistband. They're going to want him to move away from the car and possibly lay down on the ground. Then they'll call each person out. So
He's telling her to get
the
out.
passenger in the back. This
Get out,
is
you
a
dumb
female.
woman.
Looks like a little hard to tell. Yep. Okay.
Go.
Yep. So she's going to be.
Love you both. I got to go on a little trip. She's going, yeah, you were stupid. You were stupid. Yep. He's going to be Pookie. He's going to be Pookie. I told him I told him not to wear a panty on his head. Boy, you wearing a panty on your head? Yep. She's going to jail too.
Boy.
I had no idea what he was doing. All right, now do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. Do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Put your hands behind your back. I'm complying. Yeah. We're not taking a chance. They're going to put handcuffs on you. They're going to put handcuffs on the woman. Yeah, poor baby's going to be sent off into the foster care system because mama and daddy couldn't afford to get any milk for him. Living in California, probably poor. Except they can't afford a brand new Kia. Aw. That's a father right there. That's a father right there. He's got a kid of his own. He probably has like 3 kids of his own. Probably has 3 kids of his own and knows exactly how to calm this child down. Wasn't joking about a baby. You're just stuck up behind. I wasn't joking. Oh, you mean throwing the baby bottle out? Oh, yeah, I guess I might have been joking a little bit. It's scary. Yeah, I mean, he's sitting there, holding his kid, trying to get it to calm down so it's not screaming. This guy is lucky that he didn't get his ass beat down. Oh, man. Someone's going, now I got to drive this stanky thing back. Yeah, they're approaching it, making sure that if anybody else is in the car, nobody else is in there. So look in the front seat. Now you guys make sure you look under the hood.
In that passenger seat, but since the deputies made that approach, they're pretty confident that
Looking
that
in
was
the
it,
trunk.
just the female passenger, the male driver, and the baby. So it looks like possibly, I mean, we'd be
Oh.
assuming this, but possibly
Nope, the weed's not in the trunk either.
was the male who jumped into the
Yeah.
driver's seat and continued the pursuit, or that's when the
That's
pursuit
creepy.
took off. So it's hard to say who was driving at the time when that
No,
person
see, you
got in the
got
vehicle.
a
But at
woman
this
over
point, it
there
looks
taking
like
care of the baby now.
it's all clear. The vehicles are all clear. They open the trunk. So just the driver, male driver, female passenger, and the baby.
Yeah. She's not a mother. She's not a mother. She doesn't know how to calm down the baby. She is not a mother. She's like, hey, do you know how to take care of kids? I think the diaper's wet. My diaper would be wet too. She is not a mother. The dad was doing the right thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that female copper's never had a kid. Never had a kid. Oh, heart racing action. That breaks my heart. Little kids involved. And why you gotta do that? Why you gotta do that with the kids? See what we got here. Let's see. All right, let's see what we got. Anything. Looks like Trump made an entrance. Hold on. see what we got going on. All right, let's see what we got here. All right.
Thank you. Look at all these great Americans here.
We'll keep this going, though.
Well, good evening, my fellow Americans. My name is Scotty Neal, and I'm a proud United States Army Green Beret veteran. Thank you. And the most important part is I'm a proud veteran entrepreneur. Almost 23 years ago, Al Qaeda declared war on America September 11th, 2001. Weeks later, Green Berets from the 5th Special Forces Group became the first Americans in uniform to deploy to Afghanistan, and I was one of them. Thank you. Deep in enemy territory, some of us rode on horses. Some of us went further behind the lines to track down the terrorists who killed our fellow Americans. Today, they call us the horse soldiers. Thank you. For the next 17 years, we were on the forefront of this country in Iraq, in Africa. Again and again, we deployed for our fellow Americans. Some of us sacrificed our bodies. Some of us sacrificed our lives for the American people. And for me, America was worth it. Thank you. Thank you. Now, after leaving the military, I wanted to live the American dream I had been defending. And I wanted to start a business with my friends that I served with. Today, my company is known as American Freedom Distillery, and we make horse soldier bourbon. We are building our forever home in the great Commonwealth of Kentucky. That's right, where true bourbon comes from, in a little small town called Somerset. Please come visit us. All of our ingredients are made here in the United States of America.
I don't think I missed Kimberly.
We ensure we hire veterans.
Get along.
We want to prove that America remains the land of opportunity for those brave enough to reach out and grab it. But tragically, almost 3 years ago, my fellow veterans and I recoiled at the bloody anarchy of President Biden's withdrawal from Afghanistan. We saw weakness and chaos. We saw 13 of our brothers and sisters lose their lives. Most of us veterans who served got phone calls for those courageous Afghanistans that we fought with in the mountains as they were pleading with us not to leave them behind. Throughout our careers, we never had regrets about our service. But this moral injury caused many of us to ask, why did we serve if this was the outcome? But despite this dark chapter, I know America is good. We're still the shiny city on the hill that everybody wants to come to. But we need a president with a record of making our country better and not worse. And that's why I'm voting for Donald Trump. Exactly.
Hey, baby. Good to see you.
He encourages patriotic Americans to celebrate the country they love. He supports anyone brave enough to reach out for the American dream and to fight for it. And he's the only candidate in this race who embodies the American determination and decisiveness.
Oof.
Let's make America strong again. Let's vote for Donald Trump. Thank you. The oppresso liber. God bless America.
Don't get me in trouble with the music. Trump makes his entrance. There we go. Trying to get me in trouble. See. Is that just a clip on now? You know, Don, you should wear a gauged earring in that thing. Like, do you know how many millennials you get like totally joining in with you? Put a big old fat gauge in that thing. Be like, they got my hair. Play that funky music, white boy. I'll play that funky music. Channeling Van Gogh. No, man, he needs to like get up on it, man. Like get a neck tattoo and everything, bro. Like it'll be so cool. Have that thing, just running down here, maybe a little teardrop and all that. Man. Hey, Star Z, good to see you. Good to see you. You're saying, hey, look, is not my child, but I'm going to hold it out here for you. Because I'm silly. Just like, no, man, we're going to do this. Just, how's this? Do this kind of music right here. Dun, dun. Is this not the right kind of music that I should be playing?
Please welcome Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Wrong music. Wow. There we go. Kimberly. Dang, you're in that red dress.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Like you, I have spent much of my time the last few days in prayer. And I know that God has put an armor.
That right there. Now, she is making, she is making putting Jamie's eyelashes to shame. Wow. Like totally putting Jamie's eyelashes to shame. I know I'm behind. What? You expect me to be on time with this kind of stuff? We're watching police chases.
Of protection over Donald Trump. We are all reminded that love for our nation and the beauty of life itself transcends all hatred and political divisions.
Yeah, that's
I stand before you tonight, more convinced than ever. This is the most important election in our lifetime.
Until the next one.
This election will decide the fate of our great nation.
Snipers.
And that is why we must elect President Donald John Trump. This is not just a choice between Republicans and Democrats. This is a choice between safety or chaos, wealth or poverty, national sovereignty or open borders. This election is a choice between Joe Biden's vision for American weakness and Donald Trump's vision of American greatness. Donald Trump will once again make our country strong, safe, and prosperous. He will make America feared by our adversaries and respected by our friends.
He's got butterface.
And most importantly, he will always put America first. After 4 years of Joe Biden's disastrous America Last agenda, our country is more dangerous, vulnerable, and impoverished than anyone had thought possible. President Trump handed Biden a booming economy and a strong nation. All Joe had to do was leave it alone and take a nap.
Ooh. Now see.
But Joe just couldn't help himself. Joe Biden cannot lead America.
I
he
like
cannot even lead himself off a stage.
That's fine, but I like natural.
Now Americans are drowning in inflation. Insanity spreads like a cancer in our schools. We are closer to World War III than any time in my life. And we are facing an unprecedented invasion of millions of illegal aliens across our southern border.
Well, that's true.
Rioters and looters go free, while Biden and the Democrats persecute American heroes like Donald Trump.
Maybe too young to remember the Cold War. May not have been around for that.
Tens of millions of Americans are made to feel like enemies in our own country. an enemy for wanting to defend our border, for not wanting our children indoctrinated in school, for not wanting to erase our history, for praying to our God, saying what we think, and fighting for what we believe. It is no wonder that the heroes who stormed the beaches of Normandy and faced down communism sadly say they don't recognize our country anymore. This is not an accident. The powerful elites in the swamp will say anything to crush and destroy the America First movement, but we will never give up, and neither will Donald J. Trump. I know I speak for patriots everywhere when I say we are fed up. We are outraged about sex trafficking and drug trafficking across our southern border. We are fed up with the forever wars. We are done being told by the radical left to sit down, shut up, and obey. The Democrat vision for America is governed by fear, hatred, and political oppression. Our vision is defined by a love of our country, love for our fellow citizens, and our love of freedom.
That is a lot of bacon. Oh, you are right. We gotta fight.
In our vision, we will secure the southern border and deport the violent criminal aliens once and for all.
Can you hear me? All right, I'll turn this.
In our vision, America will combat foreign aggressors and ensure our service members are protected, not abandoned, as they carry out their dangerous missions abroad.
Bring it down.
Because we know we can only have peace through strength.
And mom threw away your best corn on map.
We will restore an era of national pride where freedom of speech is respected and cancel culture is ended.
Wait, this may include evade police option on their next update.
Where high school girls only compete with other girls, not biological men.
All right, I got her turned down as low as I can go. She's back down to normal.
Where struggling cities never put criminal illegal aliens above our heroic veterans and brave law enforcement.
There we go.
Where our streets are not ruled by gangs and rioters, but governed by law and order.
Don't say it,
Where
Mom.
students are freed from failing schools and corrupt teachers' unions through universal school choice.
Oof. Just yelling.
Where our most sacred institutions are not weaponized against
That's all she's
political
got is a
opponents,
voice.
but are fair, equal, and just. And where we teach our children to love our country, learn our history, and respect our American flag.
All right.
I believe in America. I believe in our freedom and liberty. And I believe in Donald John Trump. And I want Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and all of the radical Democrats to know this. We will not be bullied into obedience. We will not cower in silence. We will fight for America because we love America.
Okay. Yuck. Her lip injections are horrific. Yes. Yes. That's why I like natural women.
I stand before you as a working mother, a
You know,
former
doing the
prosecutor,
botulism on the
a
face.
Catholic, and a proud Latina. I know personally what every American has now seen with their own
That's why
eyes.
she's so loud.
I know the measure of the man that stands before
She's
us.
Latina.
Donald Trump will never stop fighting for you.
Rah, rah, rah.
So join me in voting for Donald
Hopefully
J.
she's wearing
Trump
a
for
helmet.
president again. Victory is in our sights. America's future is in our hands. America's destiny is in our control. And America's prosperity is in our hearts and souls. America, this is your moment. Will you stand for President Trump? Rise up! Rise up! Ladies and gentlemen, lovers of liberty and freedom and the American dream, this is our last chance to make America great again. God bless you. God bless President Trump, and may God bless America.
Can you dig it?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Congressman Michael Waltz of Florida.
Michael Waltz of Florida. All right.
Seriously, I want to tell you a story about the man, the leader, the commander-in-chief. That is Donald J. Trump. We all remember
Don't want to hear it.
with President Trump.
Some
Gotcha.
Americans from a
I was at work and heard about it. Instantly had that just chill go through me. And I started sending messages.
I'm talking to people. I'm calling his girlfriend. I'm saying, well, have you heard from him? Calling his sisters.
Commercial.
This large room.
All right, what do we got here? We got coming out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Gold Star families of our fallen heroes.
Damn. Damn. Man.
Hello, America. I'm Christy Shamblin. My daughter-in-law, Sergeant Nicole Leanne G.
Hold it together, woman.
Was a United States Marine, and she was killed at Abbey Gate in Afghanistan, alongside 12 of her brothers and sister in arms. While Joe Biden has refused to recognize their sacrifice, Donald Trump spent 6 hours in Bedminster with us. He allowed us to grieve. He allowed us to remember our heroes. Donald Trump knew all of our children's names. He knew their stories, and he spoke to us in a way that made us feel understood, like he knew our kids. Donald Trump carried the weight for a few hours with me.
Wow.
Yeah. And for the first time since Nicole's death, I felt I wasn't alone in my grief. Thank you. I had expected to meet an arrogant politician. Instead, I met a man who had empathy for us. He was compassionate, and he spent time with us because he knew it would make us feel better. Thank you, President Trump.
I'm Cheryl Jules, Nicole's aunt. Joe Biden said the withdrawal from Afghanistan was an extraordinary success. An extraordinary success. Look at our faces. Look at our pain and our heartbreak. And look at our rage. That was not an extraordinary success. The humiliation of our nation was not an extraordinary success. Joe Biden may have forgotten that our children died, but we have not forgotten. Donald Trump has not forgotten. Joe Biden owes the men and women that served in Afghanistan a debt of gratitude and an apology. Donald Trump loves this country and will never forget the sacrifice and bravery of our service members. Join us in putting him back in the White House.
I'm Alicia Lopez, and this is my husband, Herman. Our son, Corporal Hunter Lopez, whose name Joe Biden has refused to say out loud, was killed on August 26, 2021. He died during Joe Biden's disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. Hunter was 22 years old and planned to come home to California after his tour to follow in our footsteps. Herman and I work for the Rusack County Sheriff's Office. And our family has a tradition of service in law enforcement. Hunter was excited to carry it on. Instead, in the nearly 3 years since Hunter's been gone, there has been silence. Silence from that empty space at the dinner table, where Hunter would have joined his brothers and sister and us for family gatherings. And there has been a deafening silence from the Biden and Harris administration. Despite our pleas for answers and accountability, they have pushed us away and tried to silence us. The Biden administration has not owned up to the bad decisions. They have not been transparent about their failures. And their so-called leaders work to protect themselves rather than our sons and daughters who took the oath to defend our country.
Thank you. When Hunter and the other service members' bodies were returned to the U.S. in Dover, Delaware, Joe Biden met the plane. But he made the occasion more about his son, lost to cancer, than our sons and daughters, lost on his watch. Worse than that, he has never said their names out loud. And during last month's debate, he claimed no service members have died during his administration.
Yeah, he did say that.
None. That hurt us all deeply. So Alicia and I are here to say the names of all 13 service members who lost their lives all 13 service members who lost their lives at Abbey Gate. David Espinoza. Nicole G. Taylor Hoover. Ryan C. Knaus. Riley McCollum. Dylan Marola. Kareem Nakui. Dagan Page. Johanny Pichardo. Humberto Sanchez. Jared Schmitz. Maxon Soviak. And my son, Hunter Lopez.
Yes. Yeah, he said that. He said that multiple times. Yes.
Joe Biden has to go. He failed the American people. He failed the Afghan people and our military service members. He failed our family, and he failed Hunter. Donald Trump has a proven record of keeping the peace and honoring those in uniform. All of us on this stage recognize the efforts of Mr. Trump. We know this firsthand. We've experienced it. Whenever we've met with him, he has demonstrated compassion. He has joined us on our mission for answers, and he has given hope to our extended Gold Star family.
Now we have another son serving in the Army. And we do not trust Joe Biden with his life. We have faith that Donald Trump to lead our military. Please join us in supporting Donald Trump for President and Commander-in-Chief.
While campuses struggle to get control of their students, at UNC Chapel Hill, they are bringing order back. Students restoring the American flag and singing the national anthem.
That's right. Oh, they're bringing these guys out.
Protesters began to take down the American flag, and that's when the guy stepped in. Patriotic fraternity brothers stepped in and said,
Oh, yeah.
A group of frat brothers defended the American flag from anti-Israel protesters. I held the Israeli flag, and they held up the American flag. While protesters chanted at us, screamed at us, I was told to kill myself about 50 times, called a white supremacist, a fascist. They protected the flag for an hour. They're pelted with bottles and rocks, but they stood strong.
I think the most popular college students right now are the ones at UNC. God bless those UNC frat guys for taking down the Palestinian flag and putting up Old Glory.
Giving us some hope there that not all college students have gone woke. They should be celebrated for, but what might be more rare is their bravery, their willingness to stand up and exhibit that patriotism and protect America.
All is not lost. At every corner of America, there are many people that love this country.
I'm very proud of these boys and very, very proud that we have parents that are raising good kids like this in our country.
I love America. There's still patriots in this country that actually want to fight and sacrifice themselves for this flag, this country.
It's good to know that there's some patriotic young men out there supporting the flag still out there.
Don't bend the knee to these people.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome country music star Brian Kelly and Anthony McGahee and praise.
Nope, can't do that. No music. Can't do it. They sorry, can't do it.
To swamp them. If we swamp them, they can't. We go to paper ballots. We're going to have same-day voting, voter ID. We're going to do it properly. We're going to have good, secure, beautiful elections. We never want what happened in 2020 to happen again. But until then, Republicans must win, and we must use every appropriate tool available to beat the Democrats. They are destroying our country. Whether you vote early, absentee, by mail, or in person, we are going to protect the vote. That's the most important thing we have to do, is protect the vote. Keep your eyes open, because these people want to cheat, and they do cheat. And frankly, it's the only thing they do well. We will make sure your ballot is secure and your voice is heard. Many Republicans like to vote on Election Day, and we must swamp the radical Democrats with massive turnout on Tuesday, November 5th. The way you win is to swamp them. If we swamp them, they can't cheat. It just doesn't work out. But if you can't make it, you need to make a plan, register, and vote any way possible. We got to get your vote. So with your vote, we will win a victory, the likes of which no one has ever seen before. We will evict crooked Joe Biden from the White House, and we will take back our country on November 5th, 2024, the most important day in the history of our country. That's what it's going to go down as. Thank you.
Yeah. Lot of editing
Ladies
on
and
that
gentlemen,
one.
please welcome recent Harvard University graduate, Shabbos Kestenbaum.
My name is Shabbos Kestenbaum. I am a proud first-generation American. I am a proud Orthodox Jew. And as of 5 months ago, I am the proud plaintiff suing Harvard University for its failure to combat anti-Semitism.
Whoa.
I came to Harvard to study religion, the foundation of Western civilization. What I found was not theology, but a contempt for it. My problem with Harvard is not its liberalism, but its illiberalism. Too often, students at Harvard are taught not how to think, but what to think. I found myself immersed in a culture that is anti-Western, that is anti-American, and that is anti-Semitic. After October 7th,
Don't
the
do that
world
with
finally
American
saw
flag.
what I and so many Jewish students across this country experienced almost every day. When I planted 1,200 Israeli and American flags on campus, they were all vandalized within 24 hours. I was harassed by my peers merely for being a Jew and have received countless death threats online. Students and professors have openly called for new Hamas-style attacks against the United States. And perhaps most damning, when Hamas terrorists butchered 45 American citizens on October 7th, when they took 12 Americans hostage, Harvard refused to immediately and unequivocally condemn this atrocity. My fellow Americans, the anti-Semitic bigotry, unfortunately, extends far beyond the universities. Although I once voted for Bernie Sanders, I now recognize that the far left has not only abandoned the Jewish people.
23.
All right.
And instead of celebrating with us
Got it.
and with his friends, he spent his birthday as a hostage of Hamas terrorists.
Oh, more of that. Yeah,
It
we
was
know.
amazing to witness history making progress, strengthening the U.S.-Israel relationship under President Trump.
Okay.
We will flip
US,
the
Israel.
United States Senate.
Okay.
And they showed us.
All right. So we got that one. Oh boy. Oof. Crazy stuff. It is insane. So we also have this right here. House Oversight Panel subpoenas Secret Service Director to testify on Trump assassination attempt. Republican chairman of the House Oversight and Accountability Committee issued a subpoena Wednesday to the Secret Service Director, compelling her to appear before the committee on Monday for what is scheduled to be the first congressional hearing in the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump. And even before the first hearing, Republican calls for Director Kimberly Cheadle to resign intensified Wednesday, with top Republican leaders from both the House and the Senate saying she should step down. The director has said she has no intention of resigning. She's not going to be forced out, that DEI is working just as it should. Representative James Comer said initially that Secret Service committee to her attendance, but that Homeland Security officials appeared to intervene and there has been no meaningful updates or information. Comer said the lack of transparency and failure to cooperate with the committee called into question Cheadle's ability to lead the Secret Service and necessitate the subpoena. Cheadle has said the agency understands the importance of a review ordered by the Democrat President Joe Biden and would fully participate in it, as well as with congressional committees looking into the pew-pewing. The assassination attempt of former president and current Republican nominees for the president represents a total failure of the agency's core missions and demands questions being answered there. Vino was just one of the series of developments. The fact that the shooter was able to get so close to the president while he's supposed to be closely guarded has raised questions about what security plans the agency tasked with taking a pew-pew for its protectees put in place, and who's ultimately responsible for allowing the 20-year-old gunman to climb on a roof where he had a clear line of sight to the president. Yeah, that is the crazy part about it. I mean, whenever you think about it, this is a perfect description right here.
So we're going to do a little test here to see if you guys can notice anything in my video. Okay, so pay close attention. We'll be right back. You guys notice anything? Is it something that's visible? Can you see this? This is what they missed. The Secret Service missed this. So we're going to do
Yeah, Secret Service missed that. I can assure you, Chizzy, it wasn't meant for any disrespectful. What was meant? What did I say? Did I say something disrespectful? Irony, your election was on July 4th. Your election was on November 5th. Bonfire night. That is funny. Am I skipping the Jews? No, I'm not skipping the Jews. No, because it is the same. It is the same rhetoric that I've heard from the right for quite some time, and I know what's to be expected. I know where they're coming from with it. I completely understand what is being said. He's saying that these horrible atrocities, the anti-Semitic behavior that's coming from the left, has no place in normal society. And I say any sort of hateful rhetoric towards anybody saying things about anybody trying to destroy them or wishing for them to be wiped out is a horrible, horrible thing. I've heard plenty of it. A lot of these folks are just fillers, and that's why I fast forwarded through it. Not that his plight doesn't deserve it, but I wanted to move on because I do not want to be here all night long. All night long. All night. Right. And right.
Hero, William Peckrell.
It's definitely not any disrespect towards me.
Thank you very much. My name is Bill Peckrell. I'm a proud Wisconsinite. I'm a proud husband of 76 years old to my wife, Rosemary. I'm a father of 11 children.
Oh, dude. Dude was getting
6
it.
girls, 5 boys. Our family across 5 generations and a proud World War II veteran. I'm 98 years old.
He was young.
Some call us the greatest generation. That's an honor, considering America is the greatest nation in the history of the world.
There you go.
I will never forget and witness the horror of the Nazis' war camps. In the Battle of the Bulge, my friends and I fought to stop the Nazis' last major push in the Western Front. A few months later, Hitler was dead. The Nazis were defeated.
That ain't doing good for 98.
We gave thanks to Almighty God for delivering us from evil.
Rough.
But not many of us came home. I still miss a lot of my friends on that beach. And there were many of us left. There aren't many of us left today. But for us, those of us who are here, that America is still worth fighting for.
Yeah.
It hurts my heart to see what our current president and vice president have done to the country I love so well. They humiliated us in Afghanistan. We pushed around in China. Terrorists run wild in the Middle East, and they let our own southern border get overrun. America, people say, America is an idea, but I believe America is much more than that. America is our home.
Yeah. 98 years old, he's kicking it. Wow, let the man speak.
You know, when I was fighting in Europe and I came back home, I kissed the ground, thanking God that I'm back home in my country. And where I come from,
no, nobody's
when
upset
somebody
with you.
comes for me or my home,
Why would
you dig
anybody
in
be
your
upset with
boots
you?
in the ground and never look back.
Good to see you, Ralph, man. Good to see you, Cindy. All you fine
That's
new
the
people that
attitude
come in and
that
join
saved
in.
the free
Good to
world.
see all of you.
And
Glad you could make it.
those years ago. And President Trump, back in Commander-in-Chief, I would go back to re-enlist today.
Sorry, they would like to, sir.
And I would storm whatever beach my country needs me to. Fight again. God bless you. God bless our home and the United States of America.
I hate that I had to step away for a minute. Doggone it. Yeah, that was about the best you were going to get out of that, gentleman. That's rough. 98 years old. I've been wanting to. Sorry, I'm a little winded. I had to run up the stairs and take care of something really quick. One of my dogs was losing his damn mind over something. I don't know what. No, it's well, and it's, you know, they've done what they could. They've already served. They've you know, can't ask for much more than what they've done. Yet they feels like we've failed them in some sort of way. Which is sort of sad. that we would just not recognize the sacrifice that was given to, our soldiers that sacrificed everything. Here's Junior. This is the highlight of the night.
Good evening, America. Before I begin my remarks, I'm going to do something a little uncharacteristic. A Trump is going to give up the microphone. Doesn't happen often. You may never see it again. But I got a call on Monday morning from a young lady who said, "Dad, I want to speak at the RNC. I want to speak at the RNC because I want America to know what my grandpa is actually like."
Man.
So for the first time ever on a stage, first time ever giving a speech, I want to bring out my eldest daughter and the eldest granddaughter of the President of the United States, your favorite president, Kai Madison Trump.
How nervous she is.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kai Madison Trump. I am the granddaughter of Donald Trump. I'm speaking today to share the side of my grandpa that people don't often see. To me, he's just a normal grandpa. He gives us candy and soda when our parents aren't looking. He always wants to know how we're doing in school. When I made the high honor roll, he printed it out to show his friends how proud he was of me.
Aww.
He calls me during the middle of the school day to ask how my golf game is going and tells me all about his. But then I have to remind him that I'm in school and I'll have to call him back later. When we play golf together, if I'm not on his team, he'll try to get inside of my head. I know. And he's always surprised that I don't let him get to me. But I have to remind him I'm a Trump too. Even when he's going through all these court cases, he always asks me how I'm doing. He always encourages me to push myself to be the most successful person I can be. Obviously, he sets the bar pretty high, but who knows? Maybe one day I'll catch him. On Saturday, I was shocked when I heard that he has been shot, and I just wanted to know if he was okay. It was heartbreaking that someone would do that to another person. A lot of people have put my grandpa through hell, and he's still standing. Grandpa, you are such an inspiration, and I love you.
Aww.
The media makes my grandpa seem like a different person, but I know him for who he is. He's very caring and loving. He truly wants the best for this country, and he will fight every single day to make America great again. Thank you very much.
Aw, she's cute. Aw, good darling. Cute kid. Aw. Man, that's so nice.
A lot of proud moments this week for my family.
Yeah.
Thank you again, guys. Really appreciate that. That's not easy. That's the first time. I mean, this is what we call a
First
large
time.
crowd for a speech, so incredible work, Kai.
Yeah.
Now, back to business. Yes. Thank you, sir. Tonight, we gather here in Milwaukee at one of the most crucial moments in American history. Just days ago, something that once seemed unimaginable became a terrifying reality. My father came under literal fire as an incredible patriotic rally turned into a tragedy. On a field in Butler, Pennsylvania, a brave firefighter died. Others were injured. And as those bullets rained down, we came millimeters away from one of the darkest moments in our nation's history. But we did lose an American hero that day. We wish that he were with us tonight. but his memory will live on forever in the hearts of his family, his community, and the nation that he loved.
Right.
So I would like to take just a moment tonight to express our gratitude for the life and service of American hero, Corey Comparator.
Right.
They say you can't truly know how you'll respond in a moment of danger until you're actually confronted with it. So what was my father's instinct as his life was on the line? Not to cower, not to surrender, but to show for all the world to see that the next American president has the heart of a lion. That the next American president has the courage to put the American people first once again. And in that moment, my father didn't just show his character, he showed America's character. When he stood up with blood on his face and the flag at his back, the world saw a spirit that could never be broken. And that is the true spirit of America. America knows what it's like to be down. We know what it's like to be confused and to be afraid. Long before the attempt on my father's life, every American I met was filled with fear and anxiety. They were afraid our country was being torn apart. They were anxious about the massive and chaotic invasion of illegal aliens across our border. They were deeply concerned about partisan lawfare, education indoctrination, and attacks on freedom of speech.
Right.
Most terrifying of all, they saw that our leaders didn't care, or worse, that they joyfully aided and abetted the erosion of our rights.
No lies there.
And the lies. Oh yeah, the lies. We won't ever forget the lies. From left-wing politicians, from their allies in the media. When you hear them in a row, you fully understand the extent they have gone to divide this great nation. They lied about Russia collusion. They lied about Hunter's laptop. They lied about Joe Biden's fitness for office. They lied about the border being secure. They lied about inflation being transitory. They lied about how they would safely withdraw from Afghanistan.
Yeah.
They lied about Biden being a, quote, moderate. And they told one nonstop lie after another about my father. But they could only run away from reality for so long. All hell has broken loose in America, and it's impossible to hide anymore. Remember Build Back Better? Instead, we got broke, bumbling Biden.
I was going to say broke back.
Nothing is
mountain.
built, nothing is back, and nothing is better. Bridges are collapsing, our credibility is crumbling, and our money is worth less and less every single day. It was just one giant bait and switch, and normal Americans are the ones left holding the bag. Housing costs, gasoline prices, grocery bills just keep going up. Wave after wave of illegal aliens, deadly drugs keep pouring across our border. Meanwhile, pro-crime district attorneys have turned our cities into giant crime zones. They've turned criminals into victims, prosecutors into criminal defense attorneys, and police into public enemies. Left-wing activists are pretending to be educators, teaching our kids that there are 57 genders, but they can't even define what a woman is. On one hand, they think free speech protects their right to expose your children to explicit drag shows. On the other hand, they want to put you in jail for making a meme. It's like the entire world has been turned upside down. Does any of this sound like a country that's going in the right direction? And honestly, who is actually running the country anyway? It's obviously not Joe Biden. So who are they asking us to elect? Seriously, who's running things? Does
Why is
anyone
it
really
Camp
know?
David right now?
Is it Jill? Is it Hunter? Barack Obama? Maybe it's the ghost of Corn Pop.
Damn.
Whoever is running the show, the only thing they are effective at is persecuting my father. They twisted, contorted, and corrupted the criminal code to turn bookkeeping errors into felonies. They concocted new legal theories out of thin air. They imposed gag orders on my father because the last thing a defendant should be able to do is defend himself, right? They punished him for merely speaking the truth. They say they hate Vladimir Putin, but it sure seems like they spent a lot of time copying his playbook. In this country, we don't criminalize political differences. We debate them. We vote on them. But we don't make you choose between picking a party or picking a jail cell. There was a time when the Democrats really wanted what was best for America, even if they had a different way of getting there. It was the party of Franklin Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr. You may have disagreed with that party, but at least you could respect it. But this new extreme Democrat Party, they want us to somehow believe that the only way forward is going backwards, where hiring decisions are based solely on race, where justice is only for those with the right opinions, where streets are a luxury only for the elite, where economic opportunity exists only when you know the right people. Right now, the America we all grew up with, the America that we love, feels like an old photograph where you sit down with your children and tell them what life used to be like. You look back at that America and remember a country that was confident and proud, an America that knew who it was and what it stood for. And it could all feel like a distant memory. Somewhere along the way, we stumbled. Somewhere along the way, we lost ourselves. But we can't live on nostalgia.
Just Corn Pop.
Yes, America was great, but our greatest days are yet to come. Because no matter how far off that old photo may feel, it's not the end of our story.
Right.
We're like that man who stood on that platform and felt the bullet pierce his flesh just days ago in Pennsylvania. He may have moved to the ground, but he stood back up. And when he did, my father raised his fist into the air. He looked out at the crowd. And what did he say? And we will fight. We will fight. We will fight with our voices. We will fight with our ideas. And on November 5th, we will fight with our vote. I've always been proud of him, but I've never been prouder of my father than I was in that moment. That's when the world found out that there is tough, and then there's Trump tough.
Yeah.
And the good news is, America is Trump tough.
After it. Oh, after it. Bringing it.
In 1912, more than a century ago, another legendary Republican president came right here to Milwaukee. At a political rally less than 1 mile from where we stand tonight, Teddy Roosevelt was struck by a would-be assassin's bullet. But he didn't quit either. He finished his speech and he kept fighting. My friends, I don't believe in coincidences, but I do believe in God's plan. Today, Teddy Roosevelt's man in the arena has a name, and it's Donald J. Trump.
Bringing it.
Remember, my father didn't have to run for re-election this year. He doesn't need the money, the fame, the power. Frankly, he doesn't need the witch hunts, the phony investigations, or the political prosecutions either. But he knew he had to run if there was any chance at saving America. He's not doing it for himself. He's doing it for everyone here tonight, for everyone watching at home. No matter who you are, you can be a part of this movement to make America great again. Look at me and my friend J.D. Vance, a kid from Appalachia and a kid from Trump Tower in Manhattan. We grew up worlds apart, yet now we're both fighting side by side to save the country we love. And by the way, J.D. Vance is going to make one hell of a vice president.
He is. You hear him speak tonight. Oh boy.
For those of you who have tuned out politics or have never even voted, I want you to know, if you're looking for a better life, a more prosperous future, a safer, more wholesome and patriotic place to call home, there's room for you in this party and in this movement.
There you go.
In fact, you're the ones who matter most of all. My father has always said that the people he gets along with best are the people who really work for a living. It's because of his background as a builder in construction, right? In construction, it doesn't matter how smart your architect is if you don't have the best guys laying the bricks.
I'm going to say laying the pipe, but hey, you know,
People
bricks
with
that works
grit,
too.
people who get their hands dirty. That's a big problem with Washington, D.C.
And jobs for all.
Most of the bureaucrats who rule over us have never built anything in their lives. It's time to build something real, something tangible, something that will last and leave this country better off for our children. That's my father's mission. This November, we have a choice. It's a choice between one team that wants to build this country up and another that wants to tear this country down. It's a choice between people who are proud of America and people who are ashamed of America. And ultimately, it's a choice between America last and America first. So if you love this country from the bottom of your heart, if you want to bring back common sense, if you want to save the American dream, if you want to stand up and fight for the future of our nation, you must re-elect my father, Donald J. Trump. Together, we will make America great once again. Thank you. Thank you, Wisconsin.
And they've muted it again just in perfect time because more than likely we'll be hearing from J.D. Vance next because that is the person that will more than likely close this thing out tonight if they have him come on tonight. We will see. Good thing that USA Today is so kind enough to be streaming this where everybody else has been blocked from being able to show it. I mean, this is one of those nights where they're building up to the crescendo for tomorrow. Now, I've never been to one of these conventions. There's just too many people here for me for something like that. But if you look at the crowd that they have there. Some of those are delegates, some of those are delegates' families, some of those are people that paid a high price to come in there, big donors, all that kind of stuff. And you know, if I get the opportunity, I will also stream the RNC. Now, I probably won't play all of it because, well, there's only so much of this that people can take. But I will try to stream the RNC also, the DNC also. This is the RNC, and whenever they're done with this, they will have already selected their nominee, while Joe Biden may not get brought in. If I'm not mistaken, he has to be there in person to accept the nomination. Huh. We'll see how that works out. There's a possibility that he may not even be the nominee because there's a lot of Democrats that want to eliminate him from the ticket. They want to pull him off the ticket, make sure that he's not there, and replace him with somebody else. Who would they replace him with? Have no idea. Have no idea who they would do that. Who would be able to go up against current president to be able to capture that nomination. But it will make for some good stories. One former president being shot at and hit. Another president that is currently in office that gets booted out. This is definitely going to be one of the strangest years. If I had to put this on my lottery ticket, I never would have put it on this ticket whatsoever. No offense, but the thing is, Trump means right here. I've spent all day battling with crippling IBS, so when they all shouted Trump, 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 it unsettled things a little here. Good to hear that audio coffee. Hopefully yes, I agree with you, Heidi Bruce. Laying the cornerstones down on solid ground, not sand, is also just as important. That's why you have to have a good foundation to start out with. Cornerstone of the building is going to be what you build your house on. Does the Republican Party have what it takes to win this one? Hey, I don't know. Do you think that they will? I mean, you don't have to be even from this country to have an opinion. That's the beauty of it. You can have an opinion, be from another country, and say, I just don't like Donald Trump. I have objection to him. Looks like Vance is up there or getting ready to come up and speak.
Our next vice president. But here he is. Born into poverty. His family torn apart by drug addiction. No money. No prospects. No future. JD joined the Marine Corps, used the GI Bill to attend college, then went to Yale and earned a law degree and shared his heartbreaking story in a best-selling book. Only in America is this story possible. But today, for many families, the American dream is now gone. And this is the team tough enough to bring it back. J.D. Vance understands that working families have become the forgotten families. Under Biden, wages are going down while prices skyrocket. forcing the majority of Americans to live paycheck to paycheck. Working families.
All right, I want to mute that because we know JD Vance, he's running, and you know if something were, I think Trump will win in 2024. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't know how things are going to turn out, and I would not put my money on one candidate or the other. A lot of things can happen between now and November. Right now, Trump has the lead, but all it takes is something bad happening along the way, you know, or a misstep, a bad thing said. And I guarantee you they're going to be coming after him wholeheartedly. So just know it's going to be crazy. Oh, yeah. No, I'm muting that right now until he gets out here. That's his wife. Just making they'll give me trouble because of that one. This is JD Vance's wife.
Good evening. Good evening. When I was asked to introduce my husband, JD Vance, to all of you, I was at a loss. What could I say that hasn't already been said before? After all, the man was already the subject of a Ron Howard movie. JD has shared much of his life through his own eloquent words. In his book, Hillbilly Elegy, during his Senate campaign, and now as a sitting United States Senator. It occurred to me that there was only one thing to do: to explain from the heart why I love and admire JD and stand here beside him today, and why he will make a great Vice President of the United States.
Let's see what the boys got to say. I still want to see him debate Kamala.
I met JD in law school when he was fresh out of Ohio State, which he attended with the support of the GI Bill. We were friends first because, who wouldn't want to be friends with JD? He was then, as now, the most interesting person I knew. A working class guy who had overcome childhood traumas that I could barely fathom to end up at Yale Law School. A tough Marine who had served in Iraq, but whose idea of a good time was playing with puppies and watching the movie Babe.
Oh, that's sad. That's so
The most
sad.
determined person I knew with one overriding ambition: to become a husband and a father, and to build the kind of tight-knit family that he had longed for as a child. My background is very different from JD's. I grew up in San Diego, in a middle-class community.
Give it a shout out to the girl.
With two loving parents, both immigrants from India, and a wonderful sister. That JD and I could meet at all, let alone fall in love and marry, is a testament to this great country.
Aww.
It is also a testament to JD, and it tells you something about who he is. When JD met me, he approached our differences with curiosity and enthusiasm.
Right, November.
He wanted to know everything about me, where I came from, what my life had been like. Although he's a meat and potatoes kind of guy, he adapted to my vegetarian diet and learned to cook food from my mother, Indian food. Before I knew it, he had become an integral part of my family, a person I could not imagine living without. The JD I knew then is the same JD you see today, except for that beard. And his goals in this new role are the same that he has pursued for our family: to keep people safe, to create opportunities, to build a better life, and to solve problems with an open mind. It's safe to say that neither JD nor I expected to find ourselves in this position. But it's hard to imagine a more powerful example of the American dream. A boy from Middletown, Ohio.
Ohio's giving a shout out. There you go.
Raised by his grandmother through tough times, chosen to help lead our country through some of its greatest challenges. I am grateful to all of you for the trust you have placed in him and in our family. And with that, it is my great privilege to introduce my husband and the next Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance.
Beautiful guy. There you go. Oh no, don't do that. No, there's no music, no music, no music. No, there's no music. Don't play any music. You're going to get me in trouble, you sons of... you bastards. Trying to get me in trouble. You know, I had to mute that stuff out because, well, you know, he's going, hey, my name's JD. JD. Don't forget my name. Yeah, play the music. Always trying to get me in trouble. Yeah, this will get me demonetized. I'll bring it back as soon as the music stops. Crazy. There we go. They got it muted right now. All right. Here it comes.
Wow. Yeah. First of all, aren't I a lucky guy? Isn't she lovely? Isn't it amazing?
You married her, you'd know.
Greetings, Milwaukee, my fellow Americans and my fellow Republicans. My name is J.D. Vance from the great state of Ohio.
MCA strikes? Yeah, pretty much.
Tonight, OHIO. You guys, we're gonna chill with the Ohio love. We got to win Michigan too here, so.
That's funny.
My friends, tonight is a night of hope, a celebration of what America once was, and with God's grace, what it will soon be again. And it is a reminder of the sacred duty we have to preserve the American experiment, to choose a new path for our children and grandchildren. But as we meet tonight, we cannot forget that this evening could have been so much different. Instead of a day of celebration, this could have been a day of heartache and mourning. For the last 8 years, President Trump has given everything he has to fight for the people of our country.
I agree with you, Ghost. They are totally boomers.
He didn't need politics, but the country needed him. Did it?
Or else we would have had someone like Romney.
Now, prior to running for president, he was one of the most successful businessmen in the world. He had everything anyone could ever want in a life. And yet, instead of choosing the easy path, he chose to endure abuse, slander, and persecution. And he did it because he loves this country.
Well, I'd say he did it in spite of the way that they acted.
I want all Americans to go and watch the video of a would-be assassin coming a quarter of an inch from taking his life. Consider the lies they told you about Donald Trump, and then look at that photo of him, defiant, fist in the air, when Donald Trump rose to his feet in that Pennsylvania field. All of America stood with him. And what did he call us to do for our country? To fight for America. Even in his most perilous moment, we were on his mind. His instinct was for us, for our country, to call us to something higher, to something greater, to once again be citizens who ask what our country needs of us. Now consider what they said. They said he was a tyrant. They said he must be stopped at all costs. But how did he respond? He called for national unity, for national calm, literally right after an assassin nearly took his life.
No lies.
He remembered the victims of the terrible attack, especially the brave Corey Compertori, who gave his life to protect his family. God bless him. And then President Trump flew to Milwaukee and got back to work.
Trump or Biden is sitting in his home in
Now that's the man I've gotten to know personally
Delaware.
over the last few years. He is tough, and he is, but he cares about people. He can stand defiant against an assassin one moment and call for national healing the next. He is a beloved father and grandfather, and of course, a once-in-a-generation business leader. He's the man who is feared by America's adversaries, but 2 nights ago, and I'll share a moment, said goodnight to his 2 boys, told them he loved them, and made sure to give each of them a kiss on the cheek. And I will say, Don and Eric squirmed the same way my 4-year-old does when his daddy tries to give him a kiss on the cheek. Sorry, guys. He is all those things, but tonight we celebrate he is our once and future President of the United States of America.
Maybe we'll see. We will see. Long road.
Now, I want to respond to his call for unity myself. We have a big tent in this party on everything from national security to economic policy. But my message to you, my fellow Republicans, is we love this country and we are united to win. Right. Now, I think our disagreements actually make us stronger. That's what I've learned in my time in the United States Senate, where sometimes I persuade my colleagues and sometimes they persuade me. And my message to my fellow Americans, those watching from across the country, is shouldn't we be governed by a party that is unafraid to debate ideas and come to the best solution?
Exactly. And he's a master debater.
That's the Republican Party of the next 4 years, united in our love for this country and committed to free speech and the open exchange of ideas. And so tonight, Mr. Chairman, I stand here humbled and I'm overwhelmed with gratitude to say I officially accept your nomination to be Vice President of the United States of America.
There it is.
Now, never in my wildest imagination could I have believed that I'd be standing here tonight. I grew up in Middletown, Ohio, a small town where people spoke their minds, built with their hands, and loved their God, their family, their community, and their country with their whole hearts. But it was also a place that had been cast aside and forgotten by America's ruling class in Washington. When I was in the 4th grade, a career politician by the name of Joe Biden supported NAFTA, a bad trade deal that sent countless good jobs to Mexico. When I was a sophomore in high school, that same career politician named Joe Biden gave China a sweetheart trade deal that destroyed even more good American middle-class manufacturing jobs. When I was a senior in high school, that same Joe Biden supported the disastrous invasion of Iraq, and at each step of the way, in small towns like mine in Ohio or next door in Pennsylvania or Michigan, in states all across our country, jobs were sent overseas and our children were sent to war. And I agree. And somehow, a real estate developer from New York City by the name of Donald J. Trump was right on all of these issues while Biden was wrong. President Trump knew even then that we needed leaders who would put America first.
Zach is the masturbator.
Now, thanks to these policies that Biden and other out-of-touch politicians in Washington gave us, our country was flooded with cheap Chinese goods, with cheap foreign labor, and in the decades to come, deadly Chinese fentanyl. Joe Biden screwed up, and my community paid the price. Now, I was lucky. Despite the closing factories and the growing addiction in towns like mine, in my life, I had a guardian angel by my side. She was an old woman who could barely walk, but she was tough as nails. I called her Mamaw, the name we hillbillies gave to our grandmothers. Mamaw raised me as my mother struggled with addiction. Mamaw was in so many ways a woman of contradiction. She loved the Lord, ladies and gentlemen. She was a woman of very deep Christian faith. But she also loved the F word. I'm not kidding. She could make a sailor blush. Now, she once told me, when she found out that I was spending too much time with a local kid who was known for dealing drugs, that if I ever hung out with that kid again, she would run him over with her car.
Jeez.
That's true. And she said, JD, no one will ever find out about it.
Good night, Elk. You have a good one.
Now, thanks to that Mamaw, things worked out for me. After 9/11, I did what thousands of other young men my age did in that time of soaring patriotism and love of country. I enlisted in the United States Marines. Semper Fi to my fellow Marines.
You get some rest there, Welsh lady.
Now, I left the Marines after 4 years and went to the Ohio State University. I'm sorry, Michigan. I had to get that in there.
They're rivals and just all kinds of stuff.
Come on, come on. We've had enough political violence. Let's. Now, after Ohio State, I went to Yale Law School where I met my beautiful wife. And then I started businesses to create jobs in the kind of places that I grew up in. Now, my work taught me that there is still so much talent and grit in the American heartland. There really is. But for these places to thrive, my friends, we need a leader who fights for the people who built this country.
Yep, very true.
We need a leader who's not in the pocket of big business, but answers to the working man, union and non-union alike. A leader who won't sell out to multinational corporations, but will stand up for American companies and American industry. A leader who rejects Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's Green New scam and fights to bring back our great American factories. We need President Donald J. Trump. Some people tell me I've lived the American dream, and of course they're right, and I'm so grateful for it. But the American dream that always counted most was not starting a business or becoming a senator or even being here with you fine people, though it's pretty awesome. My most important American dream was becoming a good husband and a good dad, of being able to give. I wanted to give my kids the things that I didn't have when I was growing up, and that's the accomplishment that I'm proudest of. That tonight, I'm joined by my beautiful wife, Usha, an incredible lawyer and a better mom, and our three beautiful kids, Ewan, who's 7, Vivek, who's 4, and Mirabelle, who's 2. Now, they're back at the hotel, and kids, if you're watching, Daddy loves you very much, but get your butts in bed. It's 10 o'clock. But my friends, things did not work out well for a lot of kids I grew up with. Every now and then, I will get a call from a relative back home who asks, "Did you know so-and-so?" And I'll remember a face from years ago, and then I'll hear they died of an overdose. As always, America's ruling class wrote the checks. Communities like mine paid the price. For decades, that divide between the few with their power and comfort in Washington and the rest of us only widened. From Iraq to Afghanistan, from the financial crisis to the Great Recession, from open borders to stagnating wages, the people who govern this country have failed and failed again. That is, of course, until a guy named Donald J. Trump came along. President Trump represents America's last best hope to restore what, if lost, may never be found again. A country where a working class boy born far from the halls of power can stand on this stage as the next vice president of the United States of America.
Impressive. You know who didn't show up here tonight?
But my fellow Americans here in this stage and watching at home, this moment is not about me. It's about all of us. And it's about who we're fighting for. It's about the auto worker in Michigan wondering why out-of-touch politicians are destroying their jobs. It's about the factory worker in Wisconsin who makes things with their hands and is proud of American craftsmanship. It's about the energy worker in Pennsylvania and Ohio who doesn't understand why Joe Biden is willing to buy energy from tin pot dictators across the world when he could buy it from his own citizens right here in our own country.
That's one of the biggest issues I've had.
You guys are a great crowd. Wow. And
All right, stop with the cult-like behaviors. Ew.
And it's about, our movement is about single moms like mine who struggled with money and addiction, but never gave up. And I'm proud to say that tonight my mom is here, 10 years clean and sober. I love you, Mom.
Well, that's very nice. That's special. Yeah. Oof.
And you know, Mom, I was thinking it'll be 10 years officially in January of 2025. And if President Trump's okay with it, let's have the celebration in the White House.
There you go.
And our movement, ladies and gentlemen, it's about grandparents all across this country who are living on Social Security and raising grandchildren they didn't expect to raise. And while we're on the topic of grandparents, let me tell you another mammal story. Now, my mammal died shortly before I left for Iraq in 2005. And when we went through her things, we found 19 loaded handguns. They were... Now, the thing is, they were stashed all over her house, under her bed, in her closet, in the silverware drawer. And we wondered what was going on. And it occurred to us that towards the end of her life, Mamaw couldn't get around so well. And so this frail old woman made sure that no matter where she was within arm's length of whatever she needed to protect her family. That's who we fight for. That's American spirit.
All right.
Now, Joe Biden has been a politician in Washington for longer than I've been alive, 39 years old. Kamala Harris is not much further behind. For half a century, he's been the champion of every major policy initiative to make America weaker and poorer. And in 4 short years, Donald Trump reversed decades of betrayals inflicted by Joe Biden and the rest of the corrupt Washington insiders. He created the greatest economy in history for workers. Really was amazing. There's this chart that shows worker wages, and they stagnated for pretty much my entire life until President Donald J. Trump came along. Workers' wages went through the roof. And just imagine what he's going to do when we give him 4 more years.
We'll see. We'll see. You got to win it first. Got to win it first. It's an uphill battle. All right, Star Z, you be good. I'll see you at 6:30 in the morning. You know I will.
Months ago, I heard some young family member observe that their parents' generation, the baby boomers, could afford to buy a home when they first entered the workforce. But I don't know, this person observed, if I'll ever be able to afford a home. The absurd cost of housing is the result of so many failures, and it reveals so much about what's broken in Washington. I can tell you exactly how it happened. Wall Street barons crashed the economy, and American builders went out of business. As tradesmen scrambled for jobs, houses stopped being built. The lack of good jobs, of course, led to stagnant wages. And then the Democrats flooded this country with millions of illegal aliens. So citizens had to compete with people who shouldn't even be here for precious housing. Joe Biden's inflation crisis, my friends, is really an affordability crisis. And many of the people that I grew up with can't afford to pay more for groceries, more for gas, more for rent, and that's exactly what Joe Biden's economy has given them. So prices soared, dreams were shattered, and China and the cartels sent fentanyl across the border, adding addiction to the heartache. But ladies and gentlemen, that is not the end of our story. We've heard about villains and their victims. I've talked a lot about that, but let me tell you about the future. President Trump's vision is so simple and yet so powerful. We're done, ladies and gentlemen, catering to Wall Street. We'll commit to the working man.
There you go.
We're done importing foreign labor. We're going to fight for American citizens and their good jobs and their good wages.
Congratulations, Cindy.
We're done buying energy from countries that hate us. We're going to get it right here from American workers in Pennsylvania, in Ohio, and across the country. We're done sacrificing supply chains to unlimited global trade, and we're going to stamp more and more products with that beautiful label, made in the USA.
Yeah.
We're going to build factories again, put people to work making real products for American families made with the hands of American workers. Together, we will protect the wages of American workers and stop the Chinese Communist Party from building their middle class on the backs of American citizens.
We'll see. Gotta win it first.
Together, we will make sure our allies share in the burden of securing world peace. No more free rides for nations that betray the generosity of the American taxpayer. Together, we will send our kids to war only when we must. But as President Trump showed with the elimination of ISIS and so much more, when we punch, we're going to punch hard.
You did.
Together, we will put the citizens of America first, whatever the color of their skin. We will, in short, make America great again. You know, one of the things that you hear people say sometimes is that America is an idea. And to be clear, America was indeed founded on brilliant ideas like the rule of law and religious liberty, things written into the fabric of our Constitution and our nation. But America is not just an idea. It is a group of people with a shared history and a common future. It is, in short, a nation. Now, it is part of that tradition, of course, that we welcome newcomers. But when we allow newcomers into our American family, we allow them on our terms.
Lies.
That's the way we preserve the continuity of this project from 250 years past to hopefully 250 years in the future.
No.
And let me illustrate this with a story, if I may. I'm, of course, married to the daughter of South Asian immigrants to this country. Incredible people. People who genuinely have enriched this country in so many ways. And of course, I'm biased because I love my wife and her family, but it's true. Now, when I proposed to my wife, we were in law school, and I said, honey, I come with $120,000 worth of law school debt and a cemetery plot on a mountainside in eastern Kentucky. And I guess standing here tonight, it's just gotten weirder and weirder, honey. But that's what she was getting. Now, that cemetery plot in eastern Kentucky is near my family's ancestral home. And like a lot of people, we came from the mountains of Appalachia into the factories of Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Now, that's Kentucky coal country, one of the 10 Now, it's one of the 10 poorest counties in the entire United States of America. They are very hardworking people, and they're very good people. They're the kind of people who would give you the shirt off their back even if they can't afford enough to eat. And our media calls them privileged and looks down on them. But they love this country, not only because it's a good idea, but because in their bones they know that this is their home. And it will be their children's home, and they would die fighting to protect it.
Lies.
That is the source of America's greatness. As a United States Senator, I get to represent millions of people in the great state of Ohio with similar stories, and it is the great honor of my life. Now, in that cemetery, there are people who were born around the time of the Civil War. And if, as I hope, my wife and I are eventually laid to rest there, and our kids follow us, there will be 7 generations just in that small mountain cemetery plot in eastern Kentucky. 7 generations of people who have fought for this country, who have built this country, who have made things in this country, and who would fight and die to protect this country if they were asked to. Now, that's not just an idea, my friends. That's not just a set of principles. Even though the ideas and the principles are great, that is a homeland. That is our homeland. People will not fight for abstractions, but they will fight for their home. And if this movement of ours is going to succeed, and if this country is going to thrive, our leaders have to remember that America is a nation and its citizens deserve leaders who put its interests first.
Right.
Now, we won't agree on every issue, of course, not even in this room. We may disagree from time to time about how best to reinvigorate American industry and renew American family. That's fine. In fact, it's more than fine. It's good. But never forget that the reason why this united Republican Party exists, why we do this, why we care about those great ideas and that great history is that we want this nation to thrive for centuries to come.
Lay the groundwork, it'll be built.
Now, eventually in that mountain cemetery, my children will lay me to rest. And when they do, I would like them to know that thanks to the work of this Republican Party, the United States of America is as strong and as proud and as great as ever.
We'll see. You got to win it.
That is who we serve, my friends. That is who we fight for. And the only thing that we need to do right now, the most important thing that we can do for those people, for that American nation that we all love, is to re-elect Donald J. Trump, President of the United States.
We'll see. Got to make it happen. Hope we can make it happen. But hey, this is all politics.
Mr. President, I will never take for granted the trust you have put in me. And what an honor it is to help achieve the extraordinary vision that you have for this country. Now, I pledge to every American, no matter your party, I will give you everything I have to serve you and to make this country a place where every dream you have for yourself, your family, and your country will be possible once again. And I promise you one more thing. To the people of Middletown, Ohio, and all the forgotten communities in Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Ohio, and every corner of our nation, I promise you this. I will be a vice president who never forgets where he came from.
We'll see. You got to win it.
And every single day for the next 4 years, when I walk into that White House to help President Trump, I will be doing it for you, for your family, for your future, and for this great country. Thank you. God bless all of you, and God bless our great country.
Hey, there you go. Woo. Hooray, hooray. Well, that's the end of that tonight. Oh, man. Brought in the fire. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. They got to win. They got to win. And if they do win and they fail, if they fail to bring it together, like they keep talking about them wanting to bring it together, on them. You'll have 4 years to get it done. Get it done. You got book and movie money. You'll remember. Yeah. Hey, I used to be young. Good to see you, young. Heidi Cruz, right? Good to see all of you fine people. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw all you wonderful people over to the expert. Make sure that you hit the like button on the way in, on the way out, and I will see you. Hopefully tomorrow morning. I'm gonna get that stream set up, and so just make sure that you've got it ready. Be fed to you, and I will be talking tomorrow morning. Oh, I was hoping to do some other stuff, but they had some pretty good speakers tonight, and we'll see what they managed to come up with for the rest of it. All you fine folks, have a wonderful night, and I will see you soon. Peace, y'all.